us. Didn't even get to cross.
But yeah, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you for being our DM for our very first campaign.
Oh, don't thank me yet.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Yeah. So.
Well, you might all hate me doing this, so.
So we do have 2 pre-made characters, and they're just using character sheets from the game. That's gonna be okay.
That's fine. Give me just a second to pull up the files for that. I have the book up, but let me grab the pre-made character
Yep, no problem.
documents here. I do have Trey's the quiet one, and then I have Liliana Evergard. Those worked. Those went through.
Perfect.
So I do see those. Sorry, laptop's just a little bit on the slow side here while I'm getting these up.
Good.
Oh no, dude, you're good. You're good. I felt sorry because we kind of made you wait 30 minutes. I've been telling myself I need to set this up 2 days ago, but I just never got to it.
Doesn't help that I work on the computer.
That too.
You guys are good. I thought I was getting in a little late. I was making the kids dinner, so
Yeah. How are they doing, by the way?
they're surviving.
Yeah.
Hanging on.
Not for lack of trying, but they're surviving. There it is. There's the starter set characters. Okay. All right. So who has what characters? What pre-mates?
Like, I have a high elf race and a wizard one.
Wizard. Okay. And that's from the starter. The
Yep.
pre-mate from the starter
Yeah.
kit, right?
You have your pen?
Okay. So the high elf wizard acolyte background. That's the right one.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. And then what's the other one?
Austin, that's you?
Background.
Yeah. So he is the
Folk
fighter one, the folk hero, human,
Lawful good.
lawful good. He's that guy.
Oh, cool. They're right next to each other. All right.
We chose the right ones.
You picked the best one.
It's funny, right when he switched, Travis was like, "Ooh, you sure you want to switch?"
Don't let him. Don't second guess yourself. Once you find something you like, just roll with it.
Yeah, Sparky.
Don't ever second guess yourself. All right. So, do you guys have any background stuff you want to talk about your characters first? Where they come from, what they do, who they are.
All right. I guess I'll go. I don't know where he's from. My character is Atreus. He is a Goliath. He is where is it? Was it Mountain Born or whatever it's called? Yeah, he's Mountain Born. He's very quiet. There's something in his past that he doesn't really talk about. He's very reserved. He keeps to himself. He doesn't really put himself in very dangerous situations, but when something pops up in front of him, he will intervene and he will do whatever he can to keep the peace. And he's a man of few words. He doesn't really speak that much. He speaks more in groans and grunts.
So like you.
Yeah, very much like me, yes.
See, I wouldn't have guessed that from the quiet one appellation on the name there.
Alright, what about you, Candice?
So, I'm Liliana. I am a ranger. I'm also a tiefling. I'm a noble. But just me being a noble doesn't mean anything to me. I make a disgrace with my family. God forbid. Sorry, guys. But...
You disappoint your family a lot, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Same.
But you do good to me, I'll do good back. If you piss me off or do harm to me,
And
your life's going to suffer. And I will make sure it suffers.
Right. Who are you?
Fun.
By the way, I am a blood hunter. I don't know if that matters.
Not particularly. That's good to know, though.
Oh, man.
All right, do you guys have anything to add? You can backstory, anything? Just nothing off the top of your head?
I don't know what to say.
What do you mean by backstory?
Like, you're a wizard, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, what's your personality like? What do you look like?
I have a... Okay, I want to kind of look like the wizard from what's the old cartoon Disney cartoon
Sword in
movie?
the Stone?
Sword in the Stone.
So
yeah.
you want to be like Merlin.
Merlin? There we go.
Okay, so you're going to look very similar to him. Are you going to be that age?
No,
Younger?
like young,
All right, so you're...
a younger, pretty much
Okay.
younger him.
Okay.
Okay, so you're a younger guy with a massive flowing beard.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. You get priority on all rolls.
But since I'm a high elf, I'm kind of short.
What was your name again?
Chandler. I'm just kidding. Stone Snoop is what I chose.
Stone Snoop.
All right.
He's like, that sucks, but okay.
That's the thing we're doing.
You can literally create whoever you want. There's one person who created a character that looked very much like Justin Bieber. So
Maybe probably don't do that though.
yeah.
Copyright.
He also prayed to a god that was very similar to Celine Dion. So every
Dude,
time
who
he did
wouldn't pray Celine
every
Dion?
time he did anything, he would like say a verse from her songs.
That's a very interesting character.
Go ahead.
I'm supposed to describe my character?
Yeah, like what's your name? What are you? And like just kind of what do you want it to look like?
Well, my name's Sparky. I'm
Vegetarian.
what?
My name is Sparky. I'm a vegetarian. Hi, Sparky.
See, I'm a fighter, and I set off sparks if you piss me off.
Like what race are you? Like, are you human? What
Yeah,
are you?
I'm a human.
You're a human fighter. So
Yeah.
like, what do you look like? Like, are you like The Rock or are you more like
Like
Tom
you.
Hardy?
9 foot Tom Hardy.
9 foot tall.
No.
Hell.
Doesn't it say like your height on the back or something?
I don't know.
Sorry, we pulled these sheets out like
No.
10 minutes before we started. Didn't really give them a
Not
chance to
even
study.
that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say.
Nothing? All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't see it.
All right.
who are you again?
Ranger.
Should we write the heights on there? Just
No, it's fine.
No.
no.
Like all that descriptiveness is more for like how us to visualize.
Mm. Not like if we need to reach stuff or anything.
I mean, it can help. Like if you're very small and you have something like that's 10 feet up, definitely. But
Yeah,
there's always
definitely.
something else that we can use.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that's us. That's the team.
Sounds good. Sounds like we're gonna have a good time. I think. All right. So, have you guys looked at the adventure book at all?
I have not.
The correct? No. Good job. All right. So, for this adventure, it's based around the idea that about 500 years ago or so, the clans of gnomes and dwarves made this agreement called the Fandelver's Agreement, or the Fandelver's Pact. Basically, they would share this incredibly rich mine in this wondrous cavern called the Wave Echo Cave, full of resources and gold and all this stuff. So not only is it minerally rich, but it also contains great magical power. Eventually, human spellcasters, wizards, and so on, would come to ally themselves with the Fandelvers to channel that energy into a great forge. Now, this forge, called the Forge of Spells, is where magic items could be crafted and, distributed. Eventually, a powerful force of orcs show up, reinforced by an evil mercenary wizard group. They attack and seize the cave. The elves and gnomes, the dwarves and gnomes attempt to defend the Forge of Souls, and in being unable to do so, they use used the magic to basically collapse the cave and, destroy much of the cavern to prevent it from being taken. In all that, the cavern is lost. So for centuries, there's been rumors about it, people talking about it. Oh, hey, remember all that cool stuff we used to make? It's not, but no one knows where it is anymore. You guys are a group of adventurers. In the city of Neverwinter, you met a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker, who was asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Fandalen. It's a couple of days' travel southeast from the city. Now, Neverwinter, if you're not aware, is the capital of this world. It's a huge, sprawling city. It is a city of magic. Everybody loves Neverwinter. Huge, great place. Gundren, when he spoke to you guys, was very clearly excited and more than a little bit secretive about his reasons for this trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he would pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthram's Provisions, a trading post in Fandalen. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter. That is the silliest name I've ever heard, Hallwinter. Claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of some business. Now, you've spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. That's 3 boars. Tribor. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. So, you're escorting a wagon full of supplies. Give me an idea of how you guys are traveling with that. Obviously, one of you or 2 of you are going to need to be driving the wagon, steering the oxen, so on and so forth. And of course, you are an escort detail, so some of you might be traveling behind or alongside. What's the marching order? What are we doing?
Okay. I think Chandler and Liliana, you are driving. You are going to be riding shotgun just because you need your hands free in case anything pops up. You and me, since you're a fighter, you and I are going to be on trailing behind because we are the stronger ones.
Okay.
So Liliana is driving. Chandler the wizard. What was your name?
Stone Snoop.
Stone Snoop is going to be driving shotgun, and Sparky and I will be following behind.
Okay, so you guys are behind the wagon.
Behind the wagon, yes.
On horseback or just walking?
I think just walking.
Just walking.
Just walking.
So then the wagon itself is just kind of moving at a good, comfortable pace, just kind of a slow walk.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
No, they're sprinting.
Trying to get there in record time.
Yeah, nothing fast. We're being cautious. We're being slow. We're keeping an eye on everything in the surrounding area.
And everything in it, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the wagon itself is full of an assortment of mining supplies and food. It includes several dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, some shovels, picks, crowbars, so on and so forth, lanterns, a barrel of oil. Overall, the wagon itself is worth about 100 gold pieces. Now, that's a little bit more money than most of you have seen in a while. Except for maybe the noble tiefling. That might be, allowance.
Yeah, thanks, Liliana.
You're welcome.
I guarantee you look down on us a lot, don't you?
That's why she's on the wagon.
Yeah, that's why you're making us walk. How dare you?
So, at the start of the adventure, one of the things I like to do is kind of use this opportunity before anything starts to let you guys discuss as your characters, why you were on this adventure, what you're doing, get to know each other. You've been on this trail for a couple days. Clearly, you have broken the ice a little bit to where you're a little bit more comfortable opening up a little bit, right?
I have zits on my back.
Yeah. I got a feeling you, being the wizard, you're going to be very talkative. Very talkative.
Oh my
to the
God.
point of being annoying.
Yes.
Especially to
Yes.
someone like me. Yeah. We've been driving for a while. How much
long?
longer do we have?
You been down this path before?
So
Never.
you've been on the trail. You've been on the Tribord Trail itself for about half a day.
Half a day.
You've been on the trail itself for a couple days. You've been on the road for a couple days from Neverwinter. So you're probably, I would say, you're probably about another half day, maybe a full day away from Fandolin.
I feel like I would be very irritated with most of you, especially you.
I was about to say, especially me, just
Yeah.
talkative, telling like stories of what I wanted to do. Be like, oh man, I can't believe I failed wizarding school.
I'd be constantly telling you to shut
say
up.
stories, but what I heard was I have zits on my back. That's like something at first. You just like.
Well, that's
you're
getting to
just
know
quiet,
each other.
You hear the clop of the oxen wagon going. He's like, man, I have zits on my back. And
Oh, do you want to
right
pop
next
this
to you
one?
is like,
I think I'd be constantly telling you to keep it down so I can keep an eye on everything and keep your ear out.
Yes.
Would you guys be saying anything? I feel like you would have your mind on the mission.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much. I'm like,
Not really talking.
we have a day and a half left. I know we have to eat. I know we have to sleep soon. But oh my god, just shut the hell up.
What about you? Are you like talkative, or are you more of like on the boat with them,
Reserved.
being like, "Shut up"?
Probably shut up.
So you're the clown of the party.
Yeah.
every party needs one. Every
Mhm.
party. All right. So, like I said, you've been on the Tribord Trail for about a day or about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot two dead horses sprawled about 50 feet in front of you,
Where's that?
blocking the path. Now, each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side.
How far away am I? Because I'm at the back of the cart. How far away am I? If we're 50 feet away, how far away am I?
So the front of the cart then would be about 50 feet away from the dead horses. So you're probably a good 7, 8, 10 feet back from that.
Okay.
You probably haven't seen it yet, Atreus.
Okay.
But Liliana and
Chandler.
Stone Snoot have
Yeah,
seen
Stone
it being in
Snoot,
the front of the wagon.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd probably stop the wagon. Because my instincts say that's the trap.
Yeah. I mean, I suggest stopping too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the wagon comes to a stop, and now you as a group, still the two of you up front are able to see the dead horses. The two behind the wagon don't.
Why are we stopping?
Pretty much we are coming up upon what we think is a trap. I suggest we send one of these two forward. Who has more strength or stamina?
I feel like we're pretty equal, but
Yeah.
it would be me.
Then I say we send you to go check it out.
All right. I walk towards the horses, but since I can only go 30 feet, so
So the 30 feet is combat move.
okay.
Don't worry about that right now. Right now you have full free range of motion.
Okay. I walk up to the horses. I inspect the horses, see if they have any
Okay.
gear with them.
Atreus, do me a perception roll, please.
All right. Which die would that be?
Do your for all checks, dice checks, always roll the d20,
D20.
and then apply the appropriate modifier to whatever you roll. In this case, whatever your perception
Perception.
attribute is on your sheet.
Perception. Where's perception?
So that'll
All
be
right. That's a plus
skill.
3. Yeah. 17 plus 3, so 20.
Okay, so you notice that the horses have been dead for about a day. As you get a little bit closer, you notice that they are the same horses that Gundren Rockseeker and Sildar Hallwinter rode off on when they left you. It's clear that the arrows killed the horses.
Okay. Can I take the arrows? I have a crossbow. Can I take the arrows?
You can absolutely take the arrows. I would also like to point out that crossbows tend to take bolts rather than arrows.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take the arrows just in case.
All right. Go ahead and do a dice check for me.
18.
18. As you pull them out, they are a little bit tough. They are stuck in some muscle, but you do twist a little bit, and you pull them out. They are mostly intact.
Okay.
Mostly intact.
You have acquired 4 black feathered arrows.
Mm.
All right. Okay. I walk back to the cart and I tell you guys that these horses belong to our friends who we talked to the other day, and it seems like they've been dead for about a day. So, yeah. What would you guys like to do?
Leave them. Are they in the way of our path? Do we need to move them?
They are in the way of your path. They are completely blocking the path there.
Okay.
Do you
All right.
think both of you guys can move them out
Yeah.
of the way?
Sparky, I think we should see if we can work together and try and move the horses the best we can. Let's do like both of us one at a time.
Okay.
Like he carries one and you carry the
No,
other?
like we
Or
both
you guys
try
can
and
move?
drag as much as we can.
Okay. Because I know you guys are strong, but we're not that strong.
Can we try and pull the horses out of the way one at a time?
Okay, so as you approach the horses, you both bend down to start dragging one of them. How are you proposing to drag them?
I believe we are grabbing, like each of us is grabbing one of the back legs.
Back legs?
Okay.
Back
yeah.
legs and trying to drag it to the edge of the path so we can squeeze in between.
Sparky accidentally puts his thumb in his butt.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Atreus and Sparky, do me a perception check, please.
10 perception.
Which dice was it? The 20, right?
Yeah, 20 dice.
D20, yep.
All right, 10 plus 3, 13.
I roll it.
Mm-hmm.
18,
18.
plus what's your perception? It'll be over here.
Your
Perception.
plus 3.
Plus 3.
So 21 for him.
All right. So as you bend down to grab those horse legs, you hear the sound of a creature skittering out from the woods with a high-pitched scream. He was trying to stealth you, but he rolled a 1, which was a brilliant idea on his part. So stealthily, he screams as he comes.
No, he has to make scream.
Hauling ass at you with a spear lifted above its
God.
head. You notice it's a goblin, and behind him are 3 more goblins. Go ahead and roll your d6s. Everybody needs to roll a d6. This is
It's gonna be this
for initiative.
Okay.
This one?
I got 1.
This
2.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here you go.
That's 6.
Got a 6?
6. Okay.
So
I
Stone
got a
Snoop
3.
goes 6.
No, Stone Snoop got a 3, Sparky got a 6, Liliana got a 2, and Atreus got a 1.
You're doing so good, too.
Thank you.
All right. So highest numbers go first. Sparky and one of the goblins are tied for initiative. So Sparky, you go ahead and go first.
What would you like
You
to
are
do?
now in combat. You, if you'll recall, are bent over and trying to move a horse. And these goblins are charging at you.
From behind?
Kind of off to the side. You're on the path. The woods are off to the right of you guys. So they are just hauling through the woods.
Okay.
Basically out of this brush.
So we are pretty much in between the goblins and the cart. We are like right there in the center.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You have the horse leg in your hand, and you see them off to the right. What do you do?
Am I strong enough to throw the horse at the goblin?
Keep in mind, this is a full-grown horse. It would take an act of superhuman strength to lift this thing from the ground and
Yeah,
sweep
you're
it with
strong,
enough
not that
force to.
strong.
What type of weapons do you have?
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
Oh, hey. Where do I say that?
Like,
Yeah, it was-
you are a fighter, right?
Yeah, fighter. Great sword and longbow.
So you have a great sword and a longbow.
Ooh.
What would
So
you
I
like to
would
do?
guess
Can
that
you
you
use
have
his
this
bows?
great sword strapped to your back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How far away are the goblins from us?
I'd say a good 7 feet.
7 feet, so not that far. So I don't think you're gonna have time to unsheath anything. What are you gonna do? You're a fighter.
Use my great sword.
Well, no, they're too
They're
close.
very close.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
very close.
Yeah, they're 7 feet away. And at the moment, you have your hands around the.
The hind leg of horse.
Yeah.
So I say just start.
You can
beating
still
them up.
you can use your hands if you needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can drop the leg
Yeah.
and then move to your next thing.
So drop the leg and run and start punching them.
Okay. Yeah, so he
And then-
drops the leg and starts wailing on him.
High kicking them.
All right. So Sparky, roll a d20.
D20.
D20, so that's gonna be that one. 18.
18. Ooh.
You can tell from the way they're running at you that they're not exactly heavily armored. So you clearly go through their armor class. Go ahead and roll me a d6 for a physical attack.
Ah,
2.
2.
You do 2 points of damage to the critter by punching it in the jaw. It is clearly not pleased with this, but it is a little bit dazed from your reaction, your lightning fast reaction to its charge. Now this is the same goblin that also rolled a 6 initiative. It is 2 days at the moment to recover for its turn. So we're going to go ahead and move over to. Looks like the next goblin behind him got the next initiative. So, another goblin scurries up the back of the dazed one and jumps off his shoulders with his spear held over his head, and he is crashing down on you, Sparky. So what he's going to do, I'm going to go ahead and roll this d20. He does not penetrate your armor. It just glances off of you.
Good.
Alright.
All right.
Sick.
Next up is Stone Snoot.
Okay.
Now remember, you are sitting on the wagon watching this all unfold.
Okay. Do I have my
Like, see what
staff,
equipment you
or-
have. See what equipment you have. See what you can.
Yeah, short staff. Yeah. So I have my staff with me, right?
Right, and from what I've gathered from what Travis was saying is that you were riding shotgun with the express purpose of being able to have that ready on the go. So you probably were already holding it.
Like, you got it
Yes.
in your hands. Like, you can literally do like any of the spells you're capable of right there from the cart.
let's
Where
take a-
are my spells?
Or how far away is the cart?
Yeah.
Still 50 feet away?
It is still 50 feet away.
Okay.
What is the
So
range
you're,
of it?
You're still a ways away, a little too far, I think, to shotgun blast something with a spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you should get off the cart
Yeah.
and start walking towards us.
Yes, I get off the car and I start walking towards them.
Okay. So your movement is, of course, 30 feet.
30
So
feet.
you were able to close more than half that distance between you and the action.
Okay.
From there, sorry, I'm just going over your character sheet.
Now you're good.
What spells do you even have?
Where are they?
That should be down there or like right there.
Short sword, compound pose.
Let me see it.
Oh, I think I just found it right when you took it.
Oh. Oh, spellcasting abilities right there. Yeah.
Okay. So, as far as your cantrips go, so in your spell book, in case you are unaware, is everybody aware how? Does anybody know how spells work in Dungeons and Dragons?
Unfortunately, no. We are all
New.
very green to
Right.
this.
Okay, so you have a spell book as a wizard. Your spell book has your more powerful spells. They have a limit to how many of those you can cast per day.
Okay.
So, for instance, you have a set of spells that are labeled or second level spells, third level, so on and so forth. On the first level, you can prepare 4 spells. And though that is done when you're camping at night, you would basically read the incantations and have them ready in your head. We're going to assume that you have them ready right now, since obviously we are not starting from you camping or sleeping. And then you have what are called cantrips. Cantrips are unlimited, low-level spells that allow you to basically be functional without being overpowered. So your cantrips, you have Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, and Shocking Grasp. Ray of Frost allows you to shoot exactly that, a Ray of Frost, basically a freezing beam from your staff at an enemy. Shocking Grasp is you touch them with your hand and you electrocute them.
Oh, sorry, what was the...
Shocking Grasp?
the prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation allows you to create small fingertip-sized lights about 10 feet in any direction from you.
Okay. What is the range for the frost?
What is it? Ray of Frost.
Yeah, Ray of Frost. What is the
20 feet.
20 feet. So you did close in more than half of it.
But he said I'm
of
30
the 50
feet away.
feet. Yeah, so there's really nothing.
Or did I go in 30 feet?
You went in 30 feet.
So now I'm like, what, 20
Well, it's
feet
up to
20
you.
feet
Did
away.
you go 30 feet?
Yeah. I'm within 20 feet, I guess.
Okay, so it's roughly your maximum range, so you can go ahead and cast Ray of Frost if you would like.
Yes.
Cool. Roll a d20. You are doing a intelligence check.
So that's 9. What's your
9.
intelligence?
5.
So 9, so 14.
All right, so you do successfully cast it. Go ahead and roll a d4.
D4, so this one.
This
Which
so-
goblin are you targeting, by the way?
It's 3.
one. Oh.
The
Oh,
one that's that was just dazed, or
No, the one behind it.
Let him do it.
yeah. The one behind it. That was, yeah. Right after he punched it, I'm going the one right behind it. That was going after
Okay.
him.
So the one that leapt at him?
Yes.
Cool.
Careful.
All right, your spell catches him, and he is frozen as he tumbles away from Sparky.
You're welcome.
After his spear glanced off of him, he is tumbling on the ground. You catch him with the beam. He is now frozen there in place. All right, next up, we have the third goblin. Now, the third goblin is not carrying a spear. He has a dagger. He goes around the dazed goblin, leaping over the frozen goblin, the now frozen goblin, and he tries to stab Atreus. I'm using a different dice next time I roll. His dagger connects with your armor, and with a crunch, the blade itself snaps, and he crunches his knuckles right into your chest piece, and he takes himself 1 point of damage. And I'm telling you guys, next time I am using a different die. That is not okay.
I'm just that strong.
All right. Next up, we have Liliana.
You're still sitting in the car.
I'm still sitting in the cart. I'm still 50 feet away.
Are you going to get up with me?
I'm going to kick the ox into high gear and have it rush to the goblins.
Okay.
Alright.
Atreus, Sparky, and Stone Snoot. Dice check for me. D20.
D20.
1.
You can use an agility modifier.
13.
Or dexterity.
Dexterity? 0. So I got 1.
You got 1.
I got 13.
Sparky.
I got 1.
What's your dexterity modifier? Dexterity. 3, so you got 4.
4.
There you go. It's better.
And then you said 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at the sound of her yawing at the oxen and whipping the its stone snoot. So you are well out of the way. The other two look up and, like deer in headlights, kind of stare at it, wondering what is going on. What is this thundering sound coming at me? Atreus, you take 4 points of damage.
Ooh.
Sparky takes 3. And you are both knocked to the ground on the left side of the cart.
Ooh.
To the left side, okay.
Let's say.
The frozen goblin is immediately crushed under the hooves, shattering into 1,000 icy pieces. The dazed goblin will take 1 more point of damage, and then the one with the broken dagger takes 5 and dies.
Yes.
So, Liliana successfully kills 2 of the 4 goblins.
Oh, there's 2 more. Okay.
Okay. It's still her turn?
It is not. That was her action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's yours.
So it's my turn now, right?
It is. Now, keep in mind, you were just flung from the front of the cart as you took the damage.
All right. So I get up a little irritated. And how far away am I from the next goblin?
You are now a solid 7 feet away.
Okay. All right. I pull out my... All right. Well, how alert is the goblin, the closest goblin to me?
Alert to you, not very.
Okay.
He just watched 2 of his friends get trampled underfoot by a mining cart.
Okay. I pull out my light crossbow, and I assume it would already be loaded with 1 bolt. Can I fire 1 bolt at the goblin?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a dexterity dice check.
Don't.
Which one would that be?
D20.
D20? All
And
right.
your dexterity modifier.
5 and 0 dexterity, so 5.
You do not hit him.
Was he close?
It whizzes through the air, whistling as it goes off into the trees.
Well, I mean, I'm still
away.
dazed from getting hit by a wagon
All right,
full
there
of
you go.
provisions.
There you go. That's a good excuse.
You know, hey, whatever helps you. That's all.
Whatever floats your boat.
And that was my 1 action, correct?
That was 1 action, yes.
All right. Do I have any other moves?
You can take what's called a free action, which allows you to, stand up, ready yourself. You just can't take any combat actions.
Okay. Can I stand up, steady myself, and can I pull out or put away my crossbow and pull out my 2 battle axes? Or not battle axes. Hand axes.
Yes, you may go ahead and do that.
Okay, so...
Alright, so now you are ready for your next attack.
Perfect.
No.
And then immediately behind you is the last goblin, who you just took a shot at. He's a little bit irritated with you, having watched you do that.
And missing.
He himself pulls out a small sword, no longer than his arm, and it is jagged, and it is not very pleasant looking, and it looks to be dripping with something.
Poison.
Oh,
He
shit.
immediately launches himself at you and takes 2 swipes. No, I'm not rolling that die. That is not a thing I'm doing. So, as he swipes, he trips over a rock, and he spins as he falls to the ground immediately in front of you. His sword flies up in the air, spinning.
Blade over hilt at a breakneck speed, and immediately comes down on his neck.
Man, does he break his neck? Or
It does not break his neck, but it does land in such a way that it did break a little bit of skin, and the poison slowly seeps into his body.
Okay, perfect.
He is now sitting there wondering exactly what went wrong in his life.
How fast acting is the poison?
We'll find out, won't we?
Yes, we will.
All right, Sparky, you are up again. Remember, the last thing that happened to you, you were also flung from in front of the oxen cart.
Okay.
So you're on your back,
Yeah, I'm on my back.
pretty much.
You like Sonic and roll into a ball and
How far is the goblin?
yeah. How far is the goblin's room?
So you would have fallen probably very close to where Atreus fell. So this goblin who has now tripped and fallen right in front of him is probably within 2 or 3 feet of you. The other goblin who was dazed and took a glancing blow from the oxen cart, that goblin is 5 feet away from you, and 4 feet away from them. So kind of off to the side there, thrown to the opposite side of the cart.
So the one that's by you, that's closest to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one who now has poison coursing through his veins.
So he's injured.
And how many are alive?
2.
2 more.
2 more.
2 goblins.
One that's injured and one that's not.
One that's injured from being punched in the face and being hit by a cart, and then another one who has taken no actual damage yet, but is now poisoned.
Okay.
Can I kill that goblin with my great sword in front of him and quickly?
Sure. As a free action, you spring to your feet and draw that greatsword from your back. You close that distance, and with a mighty lunge, you just plunge that right into that thing's chest as it's sprawled there in front of Atreus, instantly snuffing out its life.
Sorry.
All right.
You're welcome.
It's fine.
So that leaves one last goblin. Now it is his turn to attack. He is no longer dazed as he got hit by a cart, and he is very irritable. He adjusts his grip on his spear and he flings it at Liliana on the cart. Let me see here.
What is
Liliana,
it?
what is
He
your...
uses his spear at Liliana while she's still on the cart.
Okay.
The third goblin's dead. There's one left.
Is it my turn next?
I don't believe so. All right.
14. Da, 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 da.
It's Sparky, then you, or Sparky, then you,
I think.
Sparky, then you,
Yeah.
Because you got 2, so yeah, it's
All right. So Liliana, this spear grazes your shoulder, cutting it open and dealing 4 points of damage to you.
Oh, I'm pissed.
Oh, it's going to get better, I promise.
It's,
It's not your turn.
I know. Or is it?
No, it's not.
It is Stone Snoot's turn.
Okay.
Stone Snoot, last we heard from him, he saw the oxen coming and he had leapt out of the way into the brush behind him. He is still 20 feet away from the remaining goblin.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Okay.
Are you able to like hit people with your staff?
Yeah, actually, can I do that? Well,
You can, or you are also carrying a short sword.
What? I am. Well, I'll pull out my
think
short
you are.
sword then.
Pull out your short sword.
Yeah. Am I? Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I pull out my sword. Just a whoosh.
Cool. Roll d20 for me.
That one.
14.
You have no strength modifier. So 14, the goblin has a armor class of 10. Go ahead and roll a d6.
3. I mean,
Plus
that's
2
six.
for your piercing bonus on the sword. That deals 5 points of damage. That goblin is run through. He is dead. Great job, team.
So what I've learned is I'm worthless and I'm a terrible animal. That's amazing. I love learning new things about myself.
Liliana, who has kicked the oxen into high gear for a charging attack on the goblins, now realizes that she is about 3 feet away from running over those dead horses and tripping the oxen. Unfortunately, she realizes too late that there's not enough time to stop.
Oh no.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Both oxen trip head over heels. one of the wheels breaks on the cart, and several of its contents spill out on the road.
Oh.
Okay.
Are we free to do whatever now?
You are no longer in combat. Now it's your guys' actions. What are we doing?
All right, I think we should.
I think we should continue this next time.
No. Really?
We've been going for like 40 minutes.
It's not that long.
That's not long.
All right.
I say we cut the oxen free. Let's let them run along.
Okay.
Why?
We're not gonna try to fix the wheel.
Why not try and fix
What?
the wheel?
Because the oxen are now injured. Are they? They're injured, right? Or did they just trip and fall like nothing?
So they tripped and they fell. They tumbled a little bit. They are not injured, but they are definitely shaken.
Okay.
Okay.
They are not thrilled with what has happened.
So
Do we
let's not-
have like food for them?
You do, in fact. That is some of the supplies that you have in the cart that are now spilled on the road.
Okay.
All right, so I do have a +3 in animal handling, so can I take some food out of the cart, go up to them, and
Calm them down?
Like calm them down, feed them, pet their heads, like just calm them and let them rest for a bit.
So let me inform you guys that yes, you can do whatever it is you want to do. That is the idea of role playing. Is that what you are going to do?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
As you feed, pat, and comfort the oxen, their groans and their grunts and their startled sounds start to slow down until eventually they do stop.
Okay.
How damaged is the wheel?
Yeah.
The wheel itself is. It looks like two of the spokes on the wagon wheel have shattered, and a portion of it is of the actual wheel is broken.
Do we have?
You do remember. Oh, go on.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You do remember that there is a spare in the wagon, but it is up towards the front in the back of the wagon, so you would have to get through all the remaining supplies to get to it.
Okay. Liliana, I think since you are actually, what would you like to do?
I want to try and retrieve that wheel.
All right.
Well, is the wheel still usable, or is it like done for?
The spare we can use.
Yeah, the spare
spare,
we can
but
use.
I'm
The other
worried
wheel
about
is
the-
completely trapped.
It
We
is
can't use
completely
it.
trash. Okay.
We can literally just use it for firewood.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll do that then.
All right. So
But
Shout
what
out.
do you want to do?
yeah, you're gonna go into the back and you're gonna start rummaging through everything to try and find that spare wheel.
Or just shout out like a good neighbor.
Do the jingle! Do the jingle!
So I am comforting the ox. You're finding the spare wheel. What are you guys doing?
Can I help pick up all the things?
Yeah. Is that what you want to do?
I don't want to, but I need to.
Is that what you're going
Is that what you're
That's
going
what
to
I'm
do?
going to do, yes.
You're gonna
Sounds
figure
good.
everything out. Okay.
All right. So Liliana crawls into the back and crawls over several upended pickaxes and shovels, over a couple bags of flour and other supplies, and gets to the spare wheel. Go ahead and do a perception check for me, Liliana.
17 plus perception. Perception plus 2. So 19.
You'd note that the wheel is in perfect condition and is easily accessible where you are. So you go ahead and you pluck it from the back of the cart, and now do a strength check for me.
11 plus.
13.
Nice.
So ripped.
Right?
So 13.
Your foot catches one of the pickaxes, and you are almost thrown off of balance due to the weight of the wheel being unfamiliar to you. But you do catch yourself, and you do successfully get out of that wagon with the wheel intact. Good job.
And your
Yay.
legs.
Now, the wagon itself, remember, is full of all those things you just crawled over, and of course, Stone Snoot has been piling the things back in there now that you're out. So it is a fairly heavy wagon. It will probably take two of you to lift up and one of you to set the wheel.
All right. I stop feeding and comforting the ox. I walk over to the damaged wheel. I call Sparky over. Like, come help me lift the wagon, so that Liliana can come down and start the fix.
Interchanging of the wheel.
Change the wheel. And Snoop, I think you should help Liliana.
With the wheel, yeah.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay. Sparky and Atreus, do a dice check for me.
14.
Hey.
9.
9.
Add your strength modifiers.
14. So I have 18.
Plus 2. 11.
11 for him.
All right. So Atreus takes up the lion's share of the lift, but you guys do successfully lift it. Stone Snoot and Liliana remove the old wheel, place the new wheel in place. Successfully. Great job, guys. The wagon is now functional again.
Okay. We still have
Now,
to deal with the horses.
You have successfully gone over them.
Like,
You are beyond the dead
they're not,
horses.
like, halfway underneath.
No, she has plowed those oxen right through them.
Wow, dude, you're ruthless.
Can we still use the horse's meat for meat, per se?
They've been out.
Dead.
Oh, they've been
dead
dead for like a
a
day.
day.
Just kidding. Never mind.
The thought of even rifling through the now rotten viscera that Liliana has left on the road
Literally
kind of
in,
sickens
like,
you to your
3
stomach.
separate pieces. There's the head, the body, and then the butts.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
easier to cut up. Can we eat the goblin?
No, we will find food elsewhere.
We have food on the cart.
That's true.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
I got DoorDash.
All right. So as you finish picking up the rest of the supplies and getting them in the cart, you notice something that was not part of the supplies, something that was not in your wagon originally. It's a small brown leather case. It is round, like it holds a scroll or some sort of paper, and it is just sitting there amongst everything on the ground.
I walk over and pick it up.
All right, Liliana, you pick it up. What are you doing with it?
I want to inspect it. I want to see what's inside of the case.
Does she have to roll a die to see how she opens it?
No, not in this case.
Got
You pop the lid off of the case, and you do notice a scroll inside.
Okay. I walk back to the group and show them the scroll inside of the case.
What does the scroll say?
You can't see it; it's still inside the case.
Oh. Alright. I take the case away from Liliana. I take the scroll out. I flatten it out so I can read it.
And you notice that it is a map of the surrounding area around you. There are several things. One thing you notice, the road you're on, the Tribor Trail, is marked with a red X. There is some writing scrawled on it that you can't quite make out. But you do notice that to the east of the trail where you are, where that red X is, through the woods and up a little ways is another thing marked the Goblin Trail. Over there is a red mark with what looks like a campfire and some more writing that you cannot make out.
I don't know if we should go that way. If it came off of a goblin and there's a campfire, that has to be a goblin camp.
Yeah.
And it's literally named after goblins, so no.
Well, okay. How far away is the goblin camp?
What you assume to be a goblin camp on the map, given what you know of the area, and obviously you don't know quite as much about the scale of the map, you would assume it's probably a 6-hour walk.
Yeah, no.
And we're still a day and a half out until our destination, correct?
Correct.
Do we have anything in between us and that?
The Tribor Trail goes straight to Fandolin. It is highly unlikely there are any settlements, outposts, or anything between here and there.
If we keep going down the trail we're going, it's a straight shot.
Yeah.
We don't run into anything, except for anything that might surprise us. If we go down the Goblin Trail, there's a camp. We might be able to get some more gear there if we can fight them off.
Yeah, I was about to say, but we'll have to fight him off.
Atreus, do a knowledge check for me.
Finally, a good roll.
Knowledge. Where's my knowledge?
Should
I can't find it.
Sorry, investigation.
Oh, investigation? All right.
Oh.
Investigation. Plus 4, 22.
22. You remember that the horses that were plowed through earlier belonged to not only your employer, but his also his partner and bodyguard.
They could be at the Goblin Camp. That's where they probably took them. If we do want that 10 gold each for completing this, we should probably go get them. And who knows? Maybe we can discuss maybe a little bonus for saving their lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we all decide to go down the Goblin path.
Okay, so you break through the woods, carefully guiding your oxen and wagon through there so as not to leave it on the trail, which would be a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And as 6 hours pass, you do eventually come across the Cragmaw Goblin hideout. Now, from the looks of it, this hideout is set up. It is a camp that it was hastily constructed with a good overlook and vantage point of that trail, so they can see all the comings and goings and see when people, much like yourselves, are traveling down the Tribor Trail to Fandolin. This appears to be a very, very well thought out for goblins operation.
So everything's smart.
Yeah. Okay, what do we do?
Do we continue? Like actually go into deep into it, or because we're just at the entrance, right?
Can we?
You are currently a safe distance away, so as not to alert the Cragmaw goblins in their camp.
Do you think we should try to sneak in somehow?
I say we get off the cart.
Mm-hmm.
We leave the
Okay.
cart. We do our best to hide it off the trail if possible. If not, just try to hide it. And then
So that it's the easy access.
yeah, so we can.
So then we could kind of. Do you think we should all just kind of split up and kind of scope around?
How dense is the surrounding area around
Yeah.
the camp?
Around the camp, not very. They found a very large clearing and are only using a small portion of it to make up their camp. And again, it has a very good vantage point. So there is a portion of this camp that is a kind of a sheer drop that overlooks the Tribor Trail
Okay.
from a distance.
So there's a chance I've already seen us come into the woods.
Mm-hmm. But they don't know that we're going.
Okay. I say two. We break up the
Mhm.
team into two.
Do you think it should be us two and us two? So there's at least one strong person, one intelligent person.
How dare you? No, I say yeah. I'm injured. Liliana and I are both injured. We both have only 8 health points left. You guys are still fine. I say.
So maybe us two, then those two.
Mm,
So there's at least one strong person with each of us.
I think both of you should go up to the perimeter and see what you can find. See what you can see.
Okay. And what's your plan with us?
We stay back at the cart and we hunker down and we just watch over the cart and make sure nothing happens to it. Nobody runs by, and if need be, if something does happen, I can stay behind while you run off and warn them.
Okay.
So we break up and they start walking to the perimeter.
Okay. So Stone Snoot and Sparky are approaching the perimeter of the camp. All right, guys, how are you doing so? Are you just walking out of there from the thicket into the camp? Are you sneaking? What's going on?
We're sneaking cautiously. Should we stay on the trail, or should we kind of go more towards the woods? Because I think we should go towards the woods.
Yeah,
So we kind of go off onto the trail, and we slowly and like cautiously take a look around.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, get a drink. You have a water bottle right there, bud.
I have my beer.
Which one?
The beer.
Oh, the beer. You don't want to open it right here.
It's a Coke.
Hello. Nothing. She's like nerds.
It's like psychos, weird. No. All right. What is your marching order for the two of you approaching the camp?
Side by side.
Side by side?
Yeah. Like just at least like a few feet away.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Normally, sand people travel single file to hide their numbers. No, I'm Star Wars. Okay. All right.
Love Star Wars.
So, Stone Snoot, go ahead and do a perception check for me.
The 20?
Yep.
D20? Yep.
That is 20.
Ooh.
And then what's your modifier?
Which
Perception.
One is it? Perception plus 3. So that's
23.
You make out the chattering of several goblins. You can hear probably 5 distinct different voices in the chattering as you approach. You notice that there are 2 goblins at the head of the trail leading into the camp, posted as sentries, just watching the trail and make sure nothing comes up and surprises them. So between those, you would estimate there are about 7 goblins altogether in that camp.
7.
And there's only 2 watching the front. Everyone else is distracted doing their own thing.
Sure.
You create that?
We don't know that.
Oh, okay.
What are you guys going to do?
Shouldn't he do a perception? See if he can make up anything else? Or
I mean, you already did. You're pretty much going to tell
so
him
that's
what
the
you
one,
heard and what you saw.
so I just tell you that?
So what are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
There's 2 sentries.
How far away are we from the...
Having fun?
This actually is fun. I want to do another session of this.
Longbow.
Yeah, because we've been doing this for over an hour.
Bad thing is, the majority of it in the very first fight, I didn't have the audio for it recorded. I changed it over so it's not being recorded, but the first file is wasted, except for what he goes through and says over here.
So, should I start over from the beginning?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I can make
All
this
right,
work.
so the Fandelver Mines. Let's talk about the legend. No, I'm kidding. All right.
How far away are we from the camp?
You are probably 35 feet off.
Okay.
Are we worried?
Should we go back and tell them?
Sure.
Okay, we go back to the cart and tell them what we saw.
Can the two of you both roll a stealth check for me?
The
D20?
Yep, D20.
Yep.
Go ahead. Roll.
10.
No, it's not 20. It's
Oh,
a 20.
yeah. Thank you.
Roll better than a 10 then.
That's a 9.
Oh, 9.
And then stealth modifiers on your skills.
Stealth.
+3.
So, Sparky has 12.
And then I had 12.
You do successfully sneak away and get back to the others.
Good job.
Okay.
They're not particularly perceptive goblins.
I would imagine.
All right, you guys are walking back.
Mhm.
Are you discussing anything on the way back, or are you already back to us?
I guess we're already back to you.
You're already back to us? All right, I ask you, did you hear anything? Could you repeat anything you heard the goblins say, even if you don't understand it? Because I do speak goblin.
Sure.
Like, you can repeat anything you said?
I guess all I made up was there are
Like any,
four. There are four missing.
like there are just
Well, not missing. They're out.
like there's 4 of them that are like out. How
Yeah.
many goblins were there?
Yeah, there was 4.
There
Oh, there's 7 in the camp.
7 in the camp. All
And
right.
then 2 of them were discussing, saying that there's 4 of them still out.
Okay, so we know that we killed those 4. At
But I
least,
guess it
huh?
took 6
Yeah,
hours, so I
so-
guess by now they say they're missing.
So there's more. Okay. Okay. What do you think we should do? We
Well,
can
maybe-
always backtrack and go back, but they know that there's 4 of them that are missing.
So you're
They're
gonna
gonna
look
send
at-
out a search party.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we chance leaving, going like backtracking 6 hours, then heading back to the trail, or do we take care of them? Because if they have a good vantage point watching over the trail,
They're
they
gonna
will
see us.
they will see us and they will come straight for us, which means that we might not have the
the sneak to get past them.
yeah we might
And
not have,
also, we could take over their camp if we can't take
we
care
could
of them.
yeah if we kill them, take over the camp, or just run them out,
Mm-hmm.
we might be able to take whatever gear or provisions they have.
And then save the people.
Yeah, and save
That
them,
are-
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
If they're there. We don't
If
know.
they are.
If they are there,
That's
yes.
true. So I say we do that and then just...
We still have the cart, so we have to worry about that. Because if we
we'll
could,
leave that aside.
we could take it there and chance them damaging it, or we could
Mhm.
leave it but have the chance of someone else coming over
And stealing it.
and stealing it.
Can we hide it like deep in the woods so nobody sees it?
Or wait, what time of day is it?
Yeah, that's actually better.
So you were on the Tribor Trail for half the day. You've added 6 hours of travel time. I would say it is getting to be deep into the evening. The sun is setting, but not quite gone.
It's like twilight.
How long will it take for us to get back, the 4 of us, to get to the camp?
Not long. From where you are just a minute's walk from there. Not like a minute, but like a couple minutes.
Yeah. Let's lock it down the best we can,
Hmm.
and all the 4 of us, let's go to the camp.
Can we hide the cart the best we can?
There's not much around.
Well, isn't there like woods and stuff or no?
How would you hide it?
With twigs, we still have the
Yeah.
2 ox that are going to move around and
Make noise.
make noise.
That's true.
It'd be wiser to just leave one at the cart.
We could.
But what would we
Kill
do with
them.
the other one?
No.
We could kill them, but then we have to drag the cart.
Yeah.
See, we don't want to do
Garage around the back.
that. Can we... Is there a place that we're able to put them, like deep in the woods, so that nobody can hear the ox move and stuff? Or is
These
it too-
are very well trained and docile work oxen. They're not wild. They're not crazy. They were picked. They're a little bit older. In fact, in the time you've spent with them traveling this road from the high road down to the Tribor Trail, the only time they've ever kicked up a fuss or made any kind of noise whatsoever was when they were tripped over and plowed through a couple dead horses.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, we killed the goblins, but
I
you
killed
messed up my
2.
ox, man.
So yeah, should we? Put
Yeah,
it-
let's leave them. If they're going to be quiet, I'd
At
rather
least
not
tie 'em down
chance.
to a tree.
Well, I mean, we can
Well, I think
We
we,
have
should
the
just
rope.
kind of
we can
push
put up
them-
the brakes for the cart. Like they're not gonna. It's not
Yeah.
gonna move.
But
Okay.
you can still have the chance of someone cutting the rope to the ox and stealing the ox.
But that's why we should kind of hide him.
All right,
A little bit.
I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. We're hiding it.
That's what. Yeah. I mean, that's the best thing I think we should.
I mean,
What do
let's
you
do
think
our
we should
best to hide the cart. The ox, we're not really gonna do.
Because I
much.
mean, like he said, they don't move.
All right.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
they
quite
don't make noise.
quiet.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna. So I guess we're gonna take the time. We're gonna cut down some branches, take whatever surrounding material we can, and do our best to camouflage the cart.
Okay, so you spend 15 minutes cutting branches and basically tying them to the cart.
Yes.
Yes.
To camouflage it the best we can. Yeah. After that, I think the 4 of us, we go back in the same fashion that you guys did,
The same place
in
we
your
were.
first run, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be you two up front, us in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so marching order is 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, Sparky and Stone Snoot, stealth check for me.
The dice 20, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
D20.
14.
Stealth modifier.
7. Oh,
So,
plus.
stealth.
Where did it go?
So 10.
So you have 10.
14.
No,
I
his
got
modifier's
16.
Oh, so Sparky is 10.
He got 10 and I
Okay.
got 16.
So as the two of you move forward back to where you were observing from, which is what I assume was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sparky makes a little bit more noise than probably necessary, and one of the 2 sentry goblins, his ears perk up, and he starts looking around.
But does he notice us?
He has not noticed you,
right.
but he is aware that something out of the ordinary may have just happened.
I think we should stop.
Yes, stop.
All right, so we stop. All right. And we can notice that he's been kind of alerted, right?
Yes. Well,
Can I pull out my light crossbow and have it ready? Or how
Okay.
far away are we from them?
about 30 feet.
30 feet? Okay. Can I walk up another 10 feet, get down on one knee, steady myself, and get ready for a shot while I tell... Do you guys have any other ranged attacks? You use the frost thing. You can't use that anymore.
No, that
For now.
one's the.
It's a cantrip. He can use it
Yeah.
as many times and as often as he likes.
Okay, I say I get ready to shoot down one, and you get ready to shoot and freeze the other, and then we only have to worry about what's inside. The 2 sentries already taken out.
Yeah. If you use your
Liliana, don't forget you are a ranger and you are armed with a short bow.
so I could just you can both just stealth.
How many goblins do we see right now?
Just the 2.
Just
Just
the
the
2? Okay.
Would you like to do a perception check to see if you can identify anything
Yeah.
else?
Yes, I would like to, yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20.
10,
10.
plus perception. My perception. Plus 3, 13.
13. Again, you hear a kind of a cacophony of goblin voices, and being that you can understand their language, it's kind of coming off as just a lot of crowd noises. You hear snippets of different conversations, things like that. Unfortunately, you're not able to make out any individual voices necessarily.
All right, you have the spell to create a light out in the distance. You want to use that to make a distraction to get them to come away, the 2 that are there to come away, so we have a more stealthy chance of killing them and not alerting anyone inside.
Yeah, I go
You're still,
Well-
remember, you're still about 30 feet away.
30 feet away, but I'm saying I'll go like at least 20 feet away from you guys.
All right,
Still in the
so
woods.
about 10 feet away from me, ahead of me.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then leaving him behind.
All right, and then are you going to use that spell?
Yes, the light one.
Okay, before you do that, Atreus, did you decide to close ahead a little bit and ready your crossbow?
Yes, I'm going to go up to where he is, so another 10 feet. I'm going to go up to where Snoop is, and I'm going to ready myself, get down on one knee, and get my crossbow ready, and just have it trained on one of the goblins' heads.
Okay. As you do that, go ahead and do a stealth check for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my dice. Which one?
Just Atreus.
15 stealth is... I just had it. 0. So 15.
Okay. So even with the heightened awareness, the goblin doesn't notice you doing this.
Okay.
All right. So Stone Snoot, go ahead and roll a d20 for your spell check.
Spell check.
Yeah, you're not doing it against any of your skills. You're just taking the straight d20.
Yeah, 15.
15. Okay, so you successfully cast Prestidigitation. How many balls of light? You can create up to 5, and they can be anywhere within 10 feet of you. So what are you doing with it? You can also do different colors.
Ooh. I put a white one right above me. Not right, well, how high up can I do it?
Within
10 feet.
10 feet?
So 10 feet.
Okay, I wasn't
everywhere.
sure if it was lengthwise or...
Yeah, 10 feet, like that.
Around.
Yeah.
Okay. I do one about 5 feet above me so that they can see, and then 10 feet, same 5 feet beside.
Okay.
It's kind of at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock of you? 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
And we're facing them.
Yeah.
Okay. So the one goblin sentry has definitely noticed your light. He looks towards his friend and makes a couple barking noises, which Atreus makes out to say, "Hey, look at that." They both look over at the distance. They see your light, and they both look at each other for a brief moment before quietly and slowly approaching the hovering light.
Okay. All right. So, how close are they to us now?
Well, they are slowly closing the distance. They have now moved 7 feet.
All right.
You've got about 20 more before they're upon you.
All right. Can
10
I
feet now.
whisper back to Liliana to... Can I whisper back to Liliana to come up to our position and ready her bow?
You could. She doesn't necessarily have the time to do that. She notices.
Okay. And you're still...
They're now 15 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're still, how far back are you? You're still, the full distance back? Or are you up to where we are?
I'm where Sparky is, so we're
Alright.
still back.
So then, okay, so your bow wouldn't be in range. Okay. Alright. I ready my shot at the closest goblin.
Okay.
And they're still about 15 feet away from us.
Mhm.
How far
12
away
now.
what was that?
12 now.
12 now.
Oh,
Alright.
12.
How far away are the goblins from the entrance?
18 feet.
18 feet? Okay.
They're far enough away that your crossbow, the sound from your crossbow, will not alert the camp.
Alright. I would like to fire my crossbow at the closest goblin.
Cool. Do a dexterity check.
14. Dexterity. It's 14.
The bolt leaves your crossbow, whistles through the air, and cleanly takes the leading goblin right in the temple. He collapses in a puddle, and his buddy immediately turns around and starts running back to the camp.
Okay. It's going to take a while for me to reload it.
Mm-hmm.
I begin to reload the crossbow and get another bolt inside.
Okay.
Okay.
You're still right next to me.
Mm-hmm. So
Keep in mind, Liliana and Sparky aren't too far away. They're watching this all happen.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
And these things are easily within short bow range. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So,
Okay.
how far has the other goblin run back?
He at this point in time, he has run about 7 feet back. This is the do or die time. He is almost
he's about
he's
11
almost going to get
feet.
away.
So he's about 11 feet to the entrance. Okay.
So you guys gotta attack him.
All right.
Who's up?
Okay.
Is it you? Yeah.
So I still have my short bow. I have it drawn. I have it ready.
Mm-hmm.
I aim and fire.
Do a dexterity check for me.
Come on.
15
Dexterity.
plus
3, 18.
18. Without even a sound, not even the whistle of the arrow going through the wood, going through the air, it is completely silent. It caps him right in the neck. severing his spinal column, and he is gone.
He's gone or he's done for.
His light is extinguished while Stone Snoot's light continues to hang in the air.
And no one at the camp is alerted. Can I, Atreus, walk back to Liliana, grab her by the waist, and give her a big old smooch?
You have to do a dexterity check to see if you miss the kiss.
You
I'm
can,
gonna get some tonight.
but I would like to mention, I would just like to point out that while the two of you may be married in real life, you have not mentioned any kind of connection in the game between these two characters.
I'd still
So, I
like-
mean, she's well within her rights to smack the fuck out of you.
I would still love to give her the biggest smooch on the cheek.
How about let's stick with a hug, so that she doesn't like kill you, like chop your head off.
She's way too beautiful for that. I'm gonna give her mwah,
I don't think you speak for her, but you can go ahead and do that, and she will react however she reacts.
mwah. You're so beautiful.
Oh, I already knew that.
Oh.
Okay, so the two are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go? All right, I'm gonna walk up to the one I shot in the head, and can I
Achiever
like
book.
look like
Rummage.
rummage through its
Loot the body?
Yeah, loot the body. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah, absolutely. You find 13 copper pieces, and you find a crude stone dagger.
Nice. Okay. I'm also going to walk up to my kill and loot his as well.
I like the way you say that.
You find 8 copper pieces, a crude stone spear, and you also notice that your arrow cleanly went through and is still intact.
Yes. I'm taking my bow back. Take my arrow.
Fair enough. All right. So now what are we doing, guys?
So you are the closest one to the door. I want to walk up to Liliana's position and tell her, "Hey, let's go to the entrance. Or is it like the entrance to it? Is it like just? Is there any wall, or is it just they were standing in the open?"
They were so the trail comes up, and there are torches on either side of the trail, and then crudely constructed tents kind of line the sides of the trail as it goes deeper in. A large campfire is about 50 to 70 feet in towards what would be the center of this encampment, and then in the back is a very large crude tent.
Okay.
Could I use my dark vision and look within 30 feet of the camp?
All right, I mean, it's still daytime.
No,
Yeah.
it's getting
Oh,
dark.
Yeah, it is getting dark.
So the sun has been steadily setting during this whole thing.
Okay.
Like I said, and there are also those torches that are lit where the two goblin sentries were standing.
Okay, so that one worked for me.
All right, we're gonna regroup. Guys, get over here. Stop being lazy. All right, we're all gonna walk to the entrance, like 2 of us on each side near the torches, Can we put the fires out?
You can do whatever you want to do. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, you want to put the fires
Snuff
out?
the torches.
Let's snuff the
So
torches,
that
so they can't see us.
yeah.
All they're gonna see is that
No,
the torches are out.
Torches went out.
But then it'll alert them.
Not really. Like,
Well,
are
'cause
you?
like you said, they'll see that the torches.
Well, yeah, but they're not gonna be like, "Hey, the torches are out. We're under attack." They could be like, "Hey, the
I
torches
guess,
are out. Let's go
I
put
guess
them."
the wind might
Yeah,
have hit
let's
the torches.
go light them.
Oh, and then we'll okay.
So yeah,
let's not come up
we
with-
are going to, with 2 of us on each side of the entrance. I am going to kneel down, grab some dirt with my hands, and drop it on the fire.
You're not gonna sit on it.
And that's going to put mine out. Which one of you is putting out your fire?
I can. I could. Actually, I could take it out with. Can I take it out with a ray of frost?
You absolutely can if you want.
I'll do that.
He has many.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a spell check.
The D20, right?
D20.
13.
You successfully cast Ray of Frost. The beam flies from your staff, and freezes the sconce that the fire is in on the tip of that torch, putting out the fire.
Okay.
Atreus, do a perception check, please.
14 perception. Perception plus 3. 17.
17. You hear two distinct voices that perk up from inside the camp. Hey, the fires went out.
Hey, Vsauce here.
Should we go see what's going on?
Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean the fires went out? Well, the sign. The boss said that's the sign. If anything happens, they should put the fires out to alert the rest of us. Should we go investigate? Let's go ask. Let's go see if they're okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we know
So,
that.
So we have 2 on the way.
Yeah.
There's 2 of us. Like, we're split. 2 of us on each side.
Mhm.
What can we do that's quiet? I can't use my bow. That's gonna...
But I can. How far away are they from us?
you are not entirely certain how far away they are. However, they were definitely close enough to notice the lights going out.
Okay. Which one of you is closest to the entrance? Because I am closest to the entrance on my side. Which one of you is closest to the entrance on your side?
He is, because I went up and put out the fire.
Well, the
Oh no,
fire's
wouldn't
like
that make me?
Yeah, that would make you.
me closest.
Okay. What other spells do you have?
Ones that I can use unlimited are Mage Hand, Prestidigitation.
What is the Mage Hand?
Yeah, what's the Mage Hand?
Mage Hand is... It basically lights up your hand with magical energy. You can use it as an attack. You can also use it to channel any other kinds of magic. For instance, calming magic. You could have used it to calm down the oxen earlier. Things like that. You can use it to channel your energies
Okay.
via touch.
I am going to ready one of my axes. All right, so I'm closest. My back's up against the entrance, so I'm gonna have my axe ready in my right hand, and then have my left hand open, and I'm gonna whisper over to Snoop to use his the hand thing, the calming hand.
What would I use
You
it
would
for,
have to
though?
touch him.
I want you, when
To
he
just go
comes
up and grab
around,
him?
grab him, calm him down.
Okay.
Calm him down. I'm gonna kill the other one. I want you to calm the other one down.
Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, so we could...
So
what's up?
yeah, so we can interrogate him
Oh, yeah.
and see how many are in there.
Yeah, we'll do that. Well, he said that.
Okay, so remind me, what is the current setup? Atreus and Liliana are on one side of the path.
Mm-hmm.
Sparky and Stone Snoop are on the other one.
Mm-hmm. Drawing it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw it out.
Yeah, it's Espen.
And what? Oh, Stone.
Sparky, do a perception check for me.
All right, so it's
Liliana, do a perception check.
It's gonna look like that. So there's me. There's the entrance. Sparky, me, Liliana, and Sparky. Oh, Stone. and
Sparky.
So
So I have
Yep.
10.
Okay. So Sparky and Liliana do a perception.
Okay, I did. I have 10.
10?
11, then
Perception.
14.
Yeah.
I got 14.
Noise.
14. Okay, so Liliana,
Mm-hmm.
Sparky. Let's start with Sparky real quick. Sorry. You feel a sharp pain in your back, in your lower back, right above your ass, but probably to the right of your spine there. So hopefully no real lasting damage. You take 1 point of damage as a goblin has successfully snuck up on and stabbed you in the back.
Oh.
shit.
Liliana,
He got a 14.
you notice just in time as a very poorly stealthed goblin is approaching you.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? You already said you have your bow equipped and ready with an arrow. But how?
How close is that goblin?
He is within 4 feet.
I'm gonna use my daggers and insert it into chest cavity.
Do you have enough?
Do you have enough time to?
You do not have time if you have your bow currently drawn and readied. You do not have time to drop that and draw daggers before he will be upon you.
I'll hit him with the bow, but that could break my bow.
That's your only option.
You can hit him with a spear. The bow you already have in your hand. Well, the arrow. I should
The
say.
arrow. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take the arrow and use that as my weapon. Try
And just kind of give it a good
Yep.
thrust right in his face.
Yep.
Do a strength check for me.
Well, make it good.
17.
19.
19. Nice.
19. And then roll a d6 for me.
6.
6. He crumples and falls as you stab him in the face. All right, Sparky, Stone Snoop, go ahead and roll initiative. That's d6.
So
The cube.
Jeez.
yes. 4.
4.
And then me.
So Sparky is 4,
Ooh,
That's
6.
6.
and Stone is 6.
Okay. Stone, you get to go first.
Okay.
You just noticed this. You have turned around and noticed this goblin is now stabbing your friend in the back.
Remember, you have the calming
Yeah.
still right there, ready.
So I go up to the goblin, grab him using the, what is it called?
Mage hand.
Yes, mage hand.
Okay. Roll a d20.
This one. 13.
13. You successfully cast a spell, and you said you're channeling calming energies to calm him down. Let's do a resistance check here. Well, fantastic. It's been a very, very long time since he has had a full night's rest. The boss goblin, or whoever it is that is running this camp, has been running them ragged as supplies come in and out of Fandolin. He has been high strung, high anxiety, and as your calming touch lands on his shoulder, he starts to relax. His arms drop to his side. Tears start running down his face. He smiles and passes out.
You're welcome. You need that rest, buddy.
And we're still on the other side, so we can't cross over without risking more seeing us.
Yeah. But so far, that's 4. There was a total of 7.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't know, but
We don't know how
you
many
do
more.
have rope.
I do?
You do have rope in your inventory.
Oh, I guess I do.
Yeah, you all have an adventuring kit that has a lot of your basic provisions, including 10 feet of rope.
Now,
Oh,
he's passed out.
bottle of ink.
Okay, so the other one's passed out, but the other one's not.
No, the other one's
Small
dead.
knife,
You stabbed him in
Sorry,
the face.
50 feet of rope.
Yeah, you
Not the first one that he calmed.
No, I know. He's calmed down. He's passed out.
Not me. The goblin.
Well, yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean. That
but you were
goblin's
pointing at
passed
me.
out. Like, what do you want to do? We can't really help you. We're on the other side.
Yeah.
it's
So
all-
he's passed out, so I'm just going to drag him off onto the side.
Okay. I say, Liliana, let's retreat back away a little bit and then cross over so they can't see us and cross over to their side. So I'm going to take out my rope. I'm going to tie his hands together behind his back so he can't like run off or he can't get up. I'm going to sit him down up on his butt with like sitting up with his hands tied behind his back, and I'm going to
Why sitting up?
slap him awake.
Okay. As he slowly comes to, he looks around, and the smile does vanish from his face. He looks around, and he is suddenly very shocked. He opens his mouth wide and starts taking a large breath.
All right.
He's about to scream.
All right. I take my hand, I cover his mouth, as well as his nose, so he can't take in any more air.
What you hear is a somewhat audible as you cover his mouth.
I speak to him in Goblin, like, hey, dude,
Bruh.
we're not gonna hurt you. Just tell us what we want to know, and we're gonna let you go. And
Wide-eyed, he nods at you, indicating that he understands and he's willing to cooperate.
all right. Before I take my hand off, I tell him, I don't trust you right now. All I want is a yes nod or no nod. And I ask him, are there
More than 5.
more than 5 goblins in the camp? Yes nod or no nod?
His eyes dart from side to side, taking in the group around him, before just kind of locking eyes with you, and then nods quickly.
More than 5. All right. What else should I ask him?
Ask if there's less than 20.
Are there? All right. With my hand still over his mouth, are there less than 20 goblins in this camp?
He looks at you again, locking eyes, and you see his brow kind of close in, almost in kind of a dirty look, and then he shakes his head.
Okay.
I don't trust that.
Do you have any spells that might be able to? You can use the calming again.
Yeah. But that might put him back to sleep.
Okay. Can you control it so he doesn't go back to sleep, but he's just so relaxed that he just doesn't have the strength to lie? Is that possible?
What's the shocking grasp?
Shocking Grasp is a damaging spell that channels electricity, but it is, again, via touch. So you basically electrocute them by touching them.
Maybe I shock him and you say, tell the truth.
I'm still touching.
Because how much damage? Oh,
I'm still touching
him.
him. If you have to shock him, I'm gonna have to let go, which means he can scream.
Mm-hmm, that's true. Will the shock affect him too, since he's touching him, or will it just kind of go like shock his?
Given my understanding of electricity and how it flows, I think it would absolutely affect him.
Okay.
Why else do you think Dr.
And we
Snake
don't-
was here?
I wasn't sure how powerful
We
it
don't
was.
want that. So there's more than 5. There's not more than 20.
Ask him exactly how much there are, and you trust him that you're gonna take his hand off.
All right.
And we have our weapons ready for him.
All right. I look over to Liliana. Liliana, get your bow ready with another arrow. Stand behind him. If he screams, once you hear him scream, like for a split second, put an arrow behind, like in the back of his head. I look into the goblin's eyes. I'm like, hey, I want you to tell us how many goblins are left. And if I feel like you're lying, or if you scream, that arrow is going to end your life. Do you understand? Yes nod, no nod.
He quickly nods.
Okay.
I remove my hand slowly. I look into his eyes. I tell him, or I ask him, how many goblins are left.
Now his brow is still furrowed, like he's got a grumpy look on his face, but he quickly gets a shit-eating grin, and he says, "The goblins don't matter. The boss is worth 100 of you."
Ooh.
Fuck. So there's a boss in the freaking tent.
Of course.
I look over to Liliana. I tell her, shoot.
Ask him what weapons they have.
I already told her to shoot.
I haven't.
Oh, to
I
shoot.
haven't.
Oh, I thought you like
I haven't
shoot.
let go.
You haven't?
No.
I look up to Liliana. I ask, why haven't you shot yet?
Because he's already let them know.
We don't know that.
You don't know either. There's a chance that there's more in here. And you just let in his mouth
Especially
open.
by how he acted, maybe.
That for a row, we're already doomed.
The goblin looks around the group, and he notices that you guys aren't quite together. You're not cooperating very much, and he starts laughing. Softly and slowly at first, but it kind of rises, and it rises until he's almost shouting this laughter.
I lunge forward, put my hand back on his mouth and over his nose, and I push him to the ground and keep my hand there very firmly. I look up and I ask the group, what do you guys want to do?
He's already located. He's already sounded him off. At this point,
Yeah, just kill him.
We might be able to use him more. Like, we could use him somehow. He can get us into that tent. But there's no way we can control him right now.
Or pretty much at all. Well, do we have handcuffs?
We have the rope.
we have the rope.
The rope.
He
that's
can
right.
put
Oh,
him
yeah, 'cause
back
he's
to
But
sleep.
then he could yell.
Yeah, and I could put him. Do we have an extra rope with us? by
We
chance, or-
each have.
We all
Each have 50 feet of rope.
Okay,
I've used my rope a little bit.
Do you
of
want
my
to use your own rope at all, or should I just use mine to wrap his mouth?
I mean, we could probably fill his mouth with dirt. We could fill his mouth with dirt, and then you can freeze his lips together.
Oh.
After hearing you say that, the goblin quickly raises up his, lowers his jaw and bites your hand as it's over his mouth. You take 1 point of damage. Fill my mouth with dirt, will ya?
I take.
I've got something for you, buddy. Help! He starts screaming. Help!
There we go.
At this point, I shoot.
I'm not going to make you check that since it is such close range, and you are in fact a ranger.
You missed.
However-
range. That's sad.
Yeah, I know.
However, you do hear several feet pattering along the ground, headed towards you.
Could I, by this point, could I use my dark vision? Since we already took out the torches.
That's true. We took out the torches, and it should
So
be
it's
dark
not
by this
darker.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what was that?
She wants to use her dark,
Dark
vision,
vision.
to see how many are coming, or if she can see any, since it is dark at this point, and we are far away, or we're a little bit away from the camp.
So, dark vision is basically her normal eyesight. It is a passive thing. It's not something you use, but
Okay.
you are noticing again in basically shades of gray, black, and white. You notice about 50 feet away at least 4 different shapes.
Okay.
3 of them are smallish, which you would assume to be goblins. One of them is a very large shape,
No, the boss.
probably about the size of tall as a man, but maybe built like 2 of them side by side.
So he's pretty big. I'm big too.
So is he?
He's a human.
Well, I guess he's just tall.
Yeah, he's a human. I am literally like 7 feet tall
Oh, damn.
and
Okay.
like 300 and something pounds. So I'm big too, but my hand's injured.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hurry and do I have anything that I could use to wrap my hand? Nothing that I can do in time.
In your adventuring pack, your basic supplies, you do have a small amount of bandage.
Oh, yeah, cloths, yeah. I'm going to pull out of my bag a small cloth. I'm going to wrap it around my hand, tuck it under, and tie it. I am then going to grab both my axes and ready myself for a fight.
Okay.
You've got your bow equipped right now.
I always do.
Okay. What weapons do you have?
Great sword and longbow.
You could chance getting the longbow and using distance,
Mhm.
but if they get up close, you're not going to have a chance to put it away, grab your sword.
You're gonna have to do like one shot and then pull out your sword.
Yeah.
Well, okay then.
You good?
Yeah, there's a trailer trying to come up the big hill up through the driveway.
Oh, fun. So I have my axes. I'm ready. I'm in battle mode. She has her bow ready. Do you have an arrow knocked?
No, not yet.
All right.
So I pull one out of the sheath. It's now knocked.
Quiver.
Whatever. I do not care. I don't play this as often as you do.
I never play this. I just play fantasy games. All right. You have your sword or you have a bow?
I'll be back.
I could just have the bow first.
Yeah, I got the bow. Yeah, I'll use the bow first.
All right. So you're gonna like ready the bow, knock an arrow, and are you gonna just have it ready or are you gonna start aiming it? Because she can see them. We can't yet.
I say get it ready just in case. Just in case they do start charging.
Yeah, I'll just get it ready.
All right. You have your sword or you have your staff.
I have my staff.
Do you have to put your staff away when you equip your sword? Or is it like one hand like Gandalf?
Like I was about to say, like Gandalf. Do I have both, or do I have to put one away then equip the other?
You tell me. How are you holding it?
I have both.
All right, and I guess we're all in battle mode.
Okay. Roll for initiative, please. D6.
Candace is away. Can I roll for her, or should we just consider her last?
We will. We'll have her go last then.
All right, perfect. Oops, 6.
Ooh. And wait, do you want to go or should I go?
No, I'm gonna let him roll mine.
Okay, yeah, you go.
So no, you were 3.
What?
You were 3.
Fine, yes. I
So
got it
6, 3, 6. And Candace, yeah, we're gonna assume a 1.
A 4.
Okay.
All right. Sparky and Atreus. Roll your d6s one more time.
All right. D6.
D6.
6.
A 3.
Atreus goes first.
Okay. I have my battle axes ready, and I'm in battle mode. How far away is the nearest shape?
You cannot see any shapes yet.
Okay.
Should you ask Candace which? Well,
She's not here.
I'm saying like when she gets back.
Where's your restroom?
Just out the door. You want to put it on a quick pause?
Yeah.
He's got to go to the restroom. I got to pee so bad. Yeah, I saw you shaking your legs. Yeah, once again, I just want to say, dude, thank you so much for doing this.
Dude, it's fun. I like this kind of thing.
All right.
Is everybody having a good time, or are we?
I'm having a lot of fun, man.
For my first time, this is really fun.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
All right. So hey, it's going. We're like getting ready for battle mode.
Okay.
I'm glad you're back. Cause it's me, Sparky, Chandler, you.
That's fine.
All right. Catch you up.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're the only one who can see them. You're it.
Okay.
I've got my battle axes ready. He's got his staff and his sword ready.
Okay.
Sparky has decided to pull out his bow and arrow, knock an arrow, and have it ready, like just ready for something to pop out.
So basically, at this point, I can tell you.
Let's save that for when he gets back.
Okay, that works for me. Do you want a cookie, donut, or a cupcake?
I would love another beer, but it will make me go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna not. Yes. Wait. Yep, that's a no on the beer.
You got to roll for it. Speaking of rolling for it, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Cookie?
No. What time do you have to leave?
I told my aunt that we're probably going to be leaving around like 9 to 10ish.
9 to 10ish.
Okay.
We can do 10 if that's okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to be here too late. I don't want to like.
Do you hate us?
No, I just need
That'd be
sleep.
Ethan.
After having seizures yesterday, I don't want to risk having some at work.
Yeah, that's fine.
I gave Nathan a cup of cheese balls.
That's not okay. Fine.
Well, what is he gonna eat for lunch or dinner?
Can you go get me a beer? I really can't move from this position.
Yeah, me too. A beer. I also probably broke the baby gate, so I might have to.
You
look at
broke
that
the
tomorrow.
which one?
One that's sitting up here right now.
I don't care about that one. That's fine.
Because the bottom's like off of the hinge. so
Really?
it's separate. Yep.
How did you do that?
I have no clue. Nathan was messing with it because he was trying to get in. So I
Probably
don't know.
Sparky.
Dude. Yeah,
looks like
I
we just have to
I
line
think
it back
for
up.
this video I'm gonna do clips, snippets.
Like for each episode?
No, well, I mean, I don't know when we're gonna be able to plan this for episode 2. I don't
So
know.
is this going to be one whole episode, or are we going to split it?
We're not doing the full campaign. Don't worry. We're not doing the full campaign right now. That would take like 4 or 5 hours.
Longer, depending on how it goes.
Yeah, true. It depends.
At this rate, probably more.
Where are you from? You see how Nathan's sitting.
You know what choice we should have made first off? Let's kill the ox and let's steal. Wait, no, then we'd have to carry it.
Yeah.
That probably wouldn't have worked. No. No, dude. If you
need
want.
another beer?
Yes, please.
And now,
You know, for someone called the quiet
Dude,
one.
these are the best.
Yeah, for someone called the quiet one, I'm doing the most talking.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe it's because I make everyone quiet. I don't know. But then again, I haven't really killed that many. I haven't killed this. I've killed one person, one goblin. That's it.
I don't think I've killed any.
Candace has killed the most,
Yeah.
and she's done the least.
Thanks. I don't know. I don't
How
want
did
my
that
hands
happen?
dirty.
How did that happen?
I didn't want to get my hands dirty, man.
You
Kobe.
didn't get your hands dirty. You got the cart dirty. That's what you did with dead
Exactly.
horse. Dead horse. That doesn't wash out.
All right.
Okay. All right. Everybody remember where we are?
So we're at the gates.
Yes.
Right now.
No. We're off the
Or-
gates
We're off the gates
because
but
we were
have our
interrogating
weapons
him
ready.
away from
Oh,
the
that's
camp.
right. That's right. Yeah.
So, you had your bow ready. You
Yes.
had your staff and sword ready.
Mhm.
You had your bow ready. I had my axes ready. They haven't gotten to us yet. They're still, what'd you say, around 50 feet away?
When last Liliana saw them, yes.
Okay.
And are they coming towards us? Do they notice at all, or no?
They heard the screaming.
They heard the
so
scream.
Yeah.
They
But-
don't know our exact position.
Yeah.
But
They
I
just are aware.
But then again, you're the only one who sees them. What are they doing? How many are there?
He's already established us 4.
Liliana notices, like I said, she noticed 4 shapes. 3 of them are small, almost goblin-sized. And one of them is large, as tall as a man, and 2 of them wide.
Okay.
The big one's going to be on the right, so he's on our side.
So the big one is coming right for you guys in the distance. You notice the 3 smaller shapes, Liliana. You notice them kind of breaking off and going in different directions.
Okay.
Is the big one charging at us, or just walking towards us?
He is just kind of slowly walking to, well, not slowly, but he is walking towards you. He is not exactly in the biggest hurry, but he is definitely coming. Oh, Lord, he coming.
You need to tell us, because you got a bow equipped, he's got a bow equipped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should like to mention that, yes, only Liliana has this information.
Yeah, only you. We don't know any of this information. We need to get this from you, or we can wait until they get right up on us.
Okay, so they're spreading out. Big one's coming just straight. You 2 are going to go down to the left side. You're going to flank them. I want
Where's the nearest one to me?
nearest one to you.
Ask him.
Shit, I don't know. Where
Ask him.
What was that?
would be the nearest one towards the right?
To
To Travis.
You can no longer make him out. They've gone behind. Basically, from where you are, they have ducked behind tents in either direction, while the large shape is still coming towards you.
Okay. So even if I have them spread out.
Would estimate, given your knowledge as a ranger, do a survival check for me.
check.
19?
No, 19, yeah.
Yeah, 19 plus 2, so 21.
Nice.
21. Given your knowledge of goblin anatomy, the length of their legs, how quickly they move when they're in a hurry, and the amount of time it has been since you last spotted them ducked behind the tents, you would estimate that one would be coming from the right, probably 30, 40 feet away at this point.
So,
As soon as it rounds the tent, you guess it would show up probably a foot and a half to the right of the tent.
and when we get into battle mode, I'm first, she's last. Is there any way, because we haven't gotten into battle mode yet.
Actually, fun story. Liliana, go ahead and roll initiative.
Thank you.
D6.
D6.
4.
4. Perfect.
Wait, why was that perfect?
I don't know. That's the scary part.
Rolls a fairly low number. Perfect. Ooh.
Wait, why?
I mean, on a D6, 4 is a good number.
I mean, I guess out of 6, yeah. That's pretty good.
All right. So the one goblin comes into view coming from the left side. How are you guys set up right now?
I feel like I would be towards the center of the group since you guys would be surrounding me. You are still behind where the goblin was.
Yeah.
And I
So
walk
you're in
out
front of
a
me.
little
You guys
ways.
would be behind me, so you guys would be
Yeah.
closest to the camp.
Yeah, okay.
So who's standing on the left? Who's standing on the right?
I'm standing left and he's standing right of me.
All right.
Like facing towards you guys.
Okay. So
Right? Or do you want to be on that side?
Right.
Lily, and then you said you're standing on the left. He's standing on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So left to you or left to the camp?
I'm standing left of him.
Left of
And
him.
both of us are facing towards you guys. So, like, let's say you guys, the
Stone
goblins
and
here.
Sparky.
Yeah, and then we're
Okay.
facing towards you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it's kind of like that. If you can make that out. So
Yep, sure can.
there's Atreus, Liliana, Sparky, and Stone. And there's the camp.
Huh.
All right. So coming around on the left side, you notice a goblin is now 20 feet away from you and very poorly trying to sneak around. Once again, he is not very good at it. Atreus and Sparky have rolled 6 on initiative. We have determined that Atreus is going first out of those two.
Yeah.
And like I said, this goblin is now 20 feet away, very poorly sneaking through the foliage.
How far away from me is he?
20 feet.
20 feet? Oh, sorry. I'm like blacking out. 20 feet? All right. Very poorly sneaking. Does he know my exact position?
Yes, goblins have dark vision.
Great. So I can't. Well,
Is it still light enough that we could kind of see, or like
At this point, it is dark. The sun has fully set. All the light that was there was coming from the torches, and now is the bonfire or the large campfire in the center of the goblin camp, immediately about 70 feet in front of you, which doesn't do a whole ton of wonders for seeing the things between you and the fire.
Yeah.
But it does do wonders for lighting you up for them.
Okay.
the surrounding area? Is it like dry brush or is it alive?
It's-
Like green.
It's tall grass, deep foliage. We're talking bushes, things like that. There's sparse trees here and there, but this is largely a clearing in the wooded area, the woods around it.
So pretty dry.
So you can't even hide.
No. So it's dry. Can I strike my axes together to create a spark to light up the dry bush.
Roll. Roll a nature check.
Nature check. Okay.
91.
16. Oh wait, plus 2, 21.
Ooh.
So you try, but you do notice that the foliage and the grass is a little too wet from recent rains to actually catch fire that easily. It would definitely take more of a concerted effort and a direct flame rather than a spark.
Okay. Can I still call over to Stone Snoop?
Yeah,
If-
so do that.
And request that he light the brush of flame.
I mean, is that what you are going to do?
Yes, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yell
I
over.
refuse.
I yell over to Stone Snoop. Hey, get this fucking grass lit.
That's what I do, bro.
Okay, get this lit.
Yep, and then I light it
Well,
with the what is it called? Mage hand, right? That's what it is.
no.
Or the.
Do you have no wait? Fuck, do you even have a spell that can light
No,
this up?
I
You
don't.
don't. You don't have anything fire related. Nothing.
Oh, I do have burning hands, but that's only a one-time deal.
We need light. We can be surrounded easily. It's dry around us.
I can cast like just lights around. Remember, like 10 feet up and around.
So you tell me no.
What do you mean? I can do that.
Well, yeah, but my request was for you to get it lit.
Get it lit, fam.
You can't.
So, what do you do?
How many hours until the next day?
I mean, you can still make the orbs.
I can make the orbs,
So you
but I
don't
mean the
need to
fire.
wait.
Because
Yeah.
if I could make the fire then I could wait like so on hours, and then I can make the other fire.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much evening. I would say like 9 o'clock, because the sun's just set maybe half an hour ago.
Yeah,
So
I got like 3
it's still
hours.
quite still like quite a while till the sun is up the next day. So
That's true. So I have like what 4 or 5 hours.
yeah, so there's no time to wait for the sun to come up. We need a light source now.
So then yeah, Well, do you think the lights would work? The spirit lights? Because how many of those can I?
You can
put
do
at a
up to
time?
5.
Up to 5.
Up to 5 within a 10.
Foot.
Is it 10
10 foot radius.
foot radius? Like, so 10 feet each direction. So you can do 10
Mhm.
feet to your left, 10 feet to your right. So a 20-meter diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Math. Love it. So, what are you going to do?
I think the ours would work best. Don't you think?
How many are you going to do?
3 on each side and 3 above.
You only have 5.
Oh, I have 5. I mean, sorry, 2 on each side,
So, 1 to your left, 1 to your right. That's
Yeah.
it.
and then 1 above. Do you think?
So 3?
Or...
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. 2 on each side, 1 above.
So, in a square, so
Mhm.
pretty much like a die with like, okay.
Yeah, like a die.
And it's going to be over you directly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not 10 feet
Okay.
above.
Is
Just-
that right? Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your d20.
This one. 4.
You do not successfully cast prestidigitation.
Can I try?
Also, I'm wondering why we're doing this, considering it's not your turn yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it does.
I've already done my turn, Sparky.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yep, Sparky's up.
So what's going on?
We are being surrounded. There's one off to, so you were Sparky. So to your right, there's a goblin coming, like over here. He's behind some brush. We can't really see him. She can see him because she can see in the dark. We can't really see him. We know he's there because he's making some noise.
Yeah, he's not quiet at all.
You have your bow still, but that's the closest one. And with us doing this, how far has the goblin moved?
He hasn't. Once you're in combat, he does not. He cannot move. You're locked in time until you take your turn.
Okay, so he's still there. He's still right there.
Do you see him? Do you see
He's
him?
about 20 feet away. You have a range of 30. What do you want to do?
I think I want to use my longbow.
You can't see him though.
I can't see him.
No.
I'm the only one that.
At that distance, you can make out his basic shape and the movement of the foliage around him. You really can't get a lock on him, but you could estimate with a difficult dice check.
So if he rolls high, he's able to hit it? Or at least
Yeah.
break it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
What do you want to do?
I want to try it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
Yeah, shoot him.
Yeah,
Right?
shoot him with my arrow.
So you ready your longbow. You knock an arrow.
See if
You
I
pull
can-
back and you release. Go ahead and roll your d20. You're doing a dexterity check.
17. What's your dexterity?
Plus 3.
Dexterity.
20.
Okay, with a roll of 20, you do hit him. Go ahead and roll your d6 for damage.
This one? Yeah.
6.
Six.
Nice. Nice.
It runs him right through the chest. What you would assume is piercing his heart because he drops dead.
All right.
Who cares where it hit as long as he's dead?
Yeah. All right.
That's what counts.
Okay.
So at this point, there's.
All right, Liliana, you're up next.
So there's 2 goblins and the big ass guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
You can still see.
I can still see him, but they've hidden behind the tents. Only one has popped out.
Oh, dude.
So far, but keep in mind the large shape is still bearing just right at you.
Should we...
And you have your bow ready.
How far is the big guy towards me? Is he still?
He's still probably a good 45 feet away. He has got some distance on you.
Do you have any abilities? Cast a spell. You can cast a spell?
I don't even know my spells. If I did cast a spell.
Ranger, you're favored than me.
Oh, yeah. I'm a human.
Dark vision.
Mhm.
Hellish resistant to every spell. Infernal lips.
Yeah, exactly. I am gonna walk.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Shit.
Because it's 40. I can walk 30. I'm gonna walk.
No, no, it's your turn. I'm not going to say it.
No, but if
No.
you do walk out there, you could...
I could-
You're going to leave the
Eventually.
safety of the group.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't know where the other 2 goblins are.
Yes.
So I
but
can
you know where the
aim
big guy is.
For the big guy.
How far away are you going to walk? How far towards him are you going to walk?
I'm gonna walk 15 feet.
15
Forward.
feet.
Well, do you think that we should...
We can't do anything right now. It's her turn.
Which brings her down to 30. And how far is my weapon's distance?
I think what? Her range is what? 30 or 20?
Her movement range is 30, but her short bow can easily cross up to 100 to 150 or 150 feet.
Okay.
So I could shoot him.
She's got.
Oh,
You can absolutely shoot him.
But do you want to take the chance of missing?
Keep in mind, she's a ranger. This is what she does: is shoot at
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
I see
I shoot.
points, but...
Cool.
I aim and I
Yeah, I
shoot.
saw it as soon as I put my foot down.
All right, go ahead and do a dexterity check.
Here we go.
18.
18 plus 1. 19.
19.
Yep.
Your arrow travels through the air with a velocity, again, making no sound. It's moving so fast, and you hear a sickening thunk as it hits its target. You hear immediately after that thunk, you hear kind of a questioning growl, and then an angry roar. Stone, do a perception check.
What'd you put the attack?
I have a man.
18.
You have determined from the sound that you are hearing and the size of the shape that has been described to you, you have discovered that what you are seeing is a bugbear.
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 Shit. Okay.
What's a bugbear?
So think of
A bear with a
it's-
cockroach head.
Nah, it's not fair to really call them a bear. Think of like a wolverine, but again, the size of a man and just jacked, ripped. They have green fur. They have claws the size of your arms, or at least your forearms, and they have a very mean disposition.
Ooh.
And
I pissed it
did
off.
her arrow do any damage?
Go ahead and roll a d6, and let's find out.
2. Not much.
It did 2 points of damage to it.
Okay, my turn, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Shit.
It's
Okay.
whose turn is it? My turn.
No, it's
All right.
Oh, it's turn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Atreus, make a perception check.
10. What's my perception? Perception 3. 13.
13. Without even a moment's notice, you hear the grass rustle right immediately next to you, and you see a blade coming right for you. It grazes off of your armor, doing no damage to you, but there is a goblin immediately to your right.
Ooh.
All right, I take my axe.
It is not your turn.
No! It would be so cool.
All right. You notice the bugbear moving towards you. He closes about 20 feet, which leaves 10 feet between him and Liliana. What is it now? 25 feet between him and the rest of the group. And he makes a big point of holding up, pulling that arrow out of his shoulder, holding it up, and snapping it in his large hand. He doesn't use two hands, he uses one. He just kind of squeezes it
Oh, no.
with his fist, and it snaps in twain.
So he's big. He's strong, man.
He then drops it, lowers his hand, and points one sharp, gigantic claw right at Liliana. He is not thrilled.
Oh,
Okay. Shit.
All right, Stone, you're up.
You're up,
Okay.
buddy. The one off to in the bush is dead.
Yeah, that one's dead. I know that. How close am I to the big one? Same, like around like 40 feet-ish.
Remind me the setup on the thing there. He was behind Sparky or in front of Sparky, right?
I was beside him.
Besides Sparky, so there's Stone.
That's right.
And Sparky, and that's the camp. So he moved
That's
up.
right.
So Bear's like right there.
Yep. So about 20 or so feet from 25 feet from you.
You got your sword and you got your staff.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what. How much damage can the Ray of Frost do to him?
It doesn't do damage. It freezes its target. However, one thing I will point out before you try it is the bugbear is too large of a target to fully freeze. You could target a limb and freeze a limb if you wanted to, but you couldn't freeze the whole guy.
Yeah, I'd freeze the penis. I mean the head. Freeze.
So which is it? Are you pointing at his crotch or his face?
Yeah, I pointed at his face.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a d20.
There you go. 6.
6.
Your spell does not even begin to manifest. You're just kind of pointing your staff impotently at the bugbear.
It's like a cold flashlight.
All right, Sparky, perception check for me.
D20. 5. What's your perception?
Perception 3.
So
8.
8. You don't even hear the grass rustle as a goblin springs out directly in front of you with his crude poisoned sword,
Oh,
swiping right at you.
dang it,
Let's
so
see.
good.
Oh no.
Ah, that reaction.
You take 2 points of damage as the sword handily cuts through the hide portion of your armor, and does break skin. You feel a cold chill as poison begins to spread from your stomach into the rest of your body.
Shit.
Sparky got poisoned.
Poor Sparky.
So that's gonna mess you up. Okay.
All right, and then
I put Sparky.
that was the last turn. So we're starting back from the top. Sparky and Atreus, roll off for initiative.
That's the D6, right?
Yep, D6.
6.
One.
All right, Atreus, you're up.
All right, so it's directly to my right.
Yep.
The nearest goblin is right there.
Oh yeah, he is right there. He just tried to stab you and missed.
I'm gonna take my axe. I'm gonna swing it at the goblin and aim for like right here between the shoulder and the neck.
Cool. Strength check for me.
D20.
Yep.
11 plus 4, 15.
And it's a battle axe or a hand axe?
A hand axe.
Roll a D10.
D10. That's this one. 1.
It does 1 damage to the successfully stealthy goblin.
So pretty much gave him a paper cut.
Yep. All right, Sparky, you're up.
Sparky.
It is your turn.
All right.
So,
There's the nearest one.
yeah, where is the nearest
Remember,
one?
Directly in front of you, who has just slashed across your belly and poisoned you.
So Sparky, there's me. He's right there. He is right there, within a few feet.
You can attack him or just.
You have your bow. You have your bow equipped.
But you do not have enough time to.
No, you already.
He's already.
I already used my
You already
bow.
used your arrow.
Yeah, on that one in
You
the
don't have
bush.
But you
another one
have
equipped.
a great sword.
No, it's right there. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, keep in mind you can do a free action, which is basically any kind of readying motion, and then you have the ability to do any kind of attack action or movement. Essentially, imagine combat. You have your own 7 seconds of just whatever it is you're doing. And that's what a turn is. It's you taking 7 seconds of motion. So reaching behind you, grabbing that sword, and bringing it just bearing on the goblin's head, 7 seconds.
But not actually attacking you, just
Yeah.
kinda.
But they're getting it ready for the
Yeah.
attack and attempting the attack. Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I would like to do that. Just grab my sword and just give him a good whack in the neck.
Cool. Go ahead and do a strength check. That's D20 plus your strength modifier.
Watch me get a 1.
18 plus
20.
2, 20.
Ooh, there you go.
And then roll a D10.
Oh, D10. That one.
No, that's 11. There's
No,
11 on
this,
it.
oh, that one. Oh.
No. No.
Oh, wait.
No. 10.
Alright.
The one.
1.
You do glance off his shoulder, his completely unarmored, naked shoulder, and you do see a bit of goblin flesh tear from the top of it as your blade comes down. And while he's not thrilled about it, he does look hurt.
Okay.
All right,
No, I'm.
Liliana's up.
Dude, he's got his eye up. You know, being pretty probably screwed you over right now.
Yeah.
You already shot an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like you still have more arrows.
Yeah.
Do you have any other weapons?
I
Is
do
that
have
it?
daggers. I have.
But there's no point of a dagger.
Yeah, I can't. He's not close enough for me to try a dagger.
Knock another arrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock another arrow.
Okay.
I'm already know I'm pissed him off. But yeah, I'm gonna knock another arrow and
And let it fly.
and let it fly.
Okay, dexterity check. D20.
15.
Ooh.
Oh wait.
Wait. Plus 3. 18.
Oh, good. All right. And then roll a D6.
4.
4. Okay. So you've done 4 more points of damage to him. As that arrow hits him, he is this time taken aback. This one hurt. And you can tell he is less. He still is pissed off, but his reaction is less angry and more. He now needs to take care of you. You have become a threat to him now.
So he's gonna, like, you know what? You were annoying, but now you need to die. Type of mood.
But, so there wasn't much damage.
Well, enough to get his attention. Like,
So like a 1. Maybe?
He seems hurt now.
Okay.
He seems threatened and hurt. He is no longer as confident as he was when he did his Babe Ruth baseball call out, you're next,
It's more of
I hurt his pride, basically.
No, it's like, all right, hey, she can kill me, so I need to kill her first.
If he could speak common, he would say something like, "You made me bleed my own blood. No one makes me bleed my own blood."
Whatever you say, Xerxes.
Anyways, so now the goblin that is next to Atreus. He brings his dagger back up, and he lunges for one of the weak joints in your armor.
Uh-oh.
He definitely gets through it,
Shit.
and he is going to do 1 point of damage to you.
I'm now half health.
All right. Stone, you're up.
Which one is the nearest to me? The one by
it's
one
still-
that just attacked.
I think it's going to be the one nearest Sparky,
It's
because you're pretty close to him.
Yeah.
So it's right there, right in front of you.
Okay.
Or-
Yeah.
Or-
Using my sword, I go and attack him.
Cool. Strength check. D20 plus strength modifier.
18.
Strength
Plus your
modifier
strength.
is 0.
So
I-
18.
Okay.
Yeah, 18.
So 18, you hit him. Roll a D6.
5.
And then let me just double check. Yeah, the short sword has a +2 piercing. So that does 7 points of damage. That kills that goblin.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's more like I need to say thank you. Because he's only done damage to me. All you were
Oh,
fine.
he had poisoned him.
Poison
Oh,
him.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, dude, same boat.
Sorry, I deleted the wrong one. Hold on, give me a second.
Alright, so there's that guy, then big guy is right there. The other two.
All right.
Oh, wait.
So the bugbear takes another couple steps, and he is now directly on in front of Liliana, and he raises his gigantic, barrel-thick arms with these gigantic arm-long claws, and he comes swiping down at her. Hold on, let me double check.
Told you I disgrace people I love.
All right. So his claws come crashing down, and her leather armor catches the claws. It tears his claws tear into her armor a bit, but it does stop them. She takes some damage, but not a ton, not as much as it could be. She takes 6 points of damage.
You're at 2 points of health.
I'm almost dead.
So, one thing I would like to point out.
Yes.
This is a very confusing part of D&D. When your hit points hit 0, you do what's called a death throw or a death saving throw. Basically, you can you fight off the effects of death and you stay conscious if you can make that throw. We'll come to that if it comes to that, but just understand that it's not game over if your hit points hit 0.
Wow.
It's like you're still conscious, but you're not really useful.
Yeah, it's like you have an extra life, but maybe you're determining how good the extra life is.
Okay.
Okay, I know what I'm doing.
All right. So that is the turn. So Atreus and Sparky, go ahead and roll against each other. See which one of you is going first.
That's D6,
D6.
right?
Yep.
3.
Come on, you gotta get better than a 3.
3.
Or a
3.
3.
Roll again.
Roll again. 2.
Watch you get a 2.
Come on, guys.
Again.
Good?
One more time.
Okay.
1. If you are you serious?
Boy!
Are you serious?
All right. I'm making an executive decision. Sparky's going first this time.
Wow.
The dice are not deciding for us anymore.
I should move these magnets underneath the table.
Alright, what are you gonna do?
So
you
what
just
is-
got attacked.
So he is.
I got
I
attacked.
killed the goblin like right
Killed
in
the
front of us.
goblin.
So you're right there. The thing.
You are within 15 feet of the bugbear, and you are within 20 feet of 15 of the one stabbing at Atreus. So you've got to make a decision there.
Right there. No, he's dead. He's dead. He's
Yeah.
dead. So
You got
there's
these
one
two.
right there.
No, that one's dead. The one that's right in front of us.
Yeah. This is no more.
Oh, but
Yeah.
he.
No,
but
that
there
guy
is
who just
one
tried
that's
to
attacking
stab
you.
me.
Yeah.
He's right there. Candace is between you and the bear. So you could move and attack the bear.
Okay.
Or you can move and attack the one that's attacking me. Who's the bigger threat? What do you want to do? What can you do? What are your abilities? Can you do anything? What type of equipment do you have?
Who is?
You have your sword equipped right now.
Mhm. Is the goblin?
No.
Or sorry, the.
It's all him.
Leather
Very
armor, longbow. I got 20 arrows.
Well, now I think.
You want
have,
to take
like,
time and
19.
redo your arrow, or do you want to use that sword, that big sword you got?
I want to do the sword, honestly.
All right, what would you like
Okay.
to do? Would you
Yeah, I want to do the sword.
swipe or?
Who is
Or
he
throw
going?
it.
Well, here's the thing. Who's he going
Okay.
for?
Yeah, who are you going for? The goblin who's attacking me, who didn't really do much damage, or the bugbear,
That in mid attacking me, that has still claws stuck to my leather.
the man bear pig? Which one are you gonna do? Which one are you gonna do?
This is you. It's life or death.
What? It's not life or death for you. It's life or death for
Me.
Liliana.
Yeah. I mean, you can just walk away and live your life like normal.
Yeah, screw you guys. I'm going home. I think I'll attack the one that's
The bear
attacking
bug.
her.
So
Yeah,
the
bear bug.
bugbear.
Yeah, the bugbear.
What are you gonna do? You gonna like just whack at it? Go for a limb?
Yeah,
Stab it?
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can whack it.
Go for its penis.
Yes.
You swing low, attempting to chop off its penis.
But it's a girl.
Oh no!
Go ahead and roll a strength check, D20 plus strength modifier.
Gonna go for like its calf or something.
So with +2. 7.
5.
7 with the plus. It's 5 with the +2.
Oh,
so
plus
7.
so 7.
Okay.
You definitely swing and miss. It is not even close.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, you're still good. You're still good.
His reaction to seeing you swing that gigantic sword towards him is he quickly jerks his claws away and kind of recoils a bit, though.
There you go.
So he is no longer,
Piercing me.
for lack of a better term, inside of you.
There you go. See, help.
All right. Atreus is up next.
All right, he's about 20 feet away from me, the bugbear. There's the guy right next to me who just tried to stab me.
Yep.
I feel as if the bugbear is the larger threat.
Mm-hmm. But the goblin's right in front of you. so
Yes,
you
he
have a
is,
chance.
but the bugbear is the larger threat. I feel as if I should, like,
But me and Sparky could also head over there. And
but
help,
not in
and you could
time.
just
But not in
take-
time.
I guess.
All right.
Ooh.
Should I use
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to, so he's 20 feet away. I'm going to turn around, run towards the bear, the bugbear, and okay, how do I use this?
All right. So as you disengage from the goblin, he takes an attack of opportunity to roll a 1. His dagger comes swinging at you again. You catch his hand in yours, and you twist, breaking his arm as you disengage. You hear it behind you as you're closing on the bugbear, just a scream of anguish from this little goblin.
Nice.
All right, so what are you doing with the bugbear?
Okay. I am going to use my... all right. So my bonus action, the Blood Curse Bloated Agony. Do I use an action and then use that, or is that my action?
And actually, let me double check that.
That's 9.
Yeah, so you would take that as an action, so you would just do that.
All right. So in order to do that, do I just like cast it on him, or do I have to hit him?
So you do have to cast it on him. You are going to do a spell check. So D20. You're aiming for 13.
13? 15.
15.
You definitely make it. He's going to make a Constitution saving throw. He fails the Constitution saving throw. Go ahead and roll a D8.
D8, that is... This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
3.
He takes 3 points of necrotic damage as his body begins to swell up.
Okay.
He is growing. He is currently very well built, very large bugbear, 6 feet tall and about as wide as a refrigerator. But you don't know what a refrigerator is because this is a fantasy world and they don't have those.
Yeah, it's a little Terry.
However, you see him swell up, and it adds about another 2.5 inches to his mass as his body expands. However, you can see it is causing him intense pain. He was not prepared for that. Liliana, you are up.
Okay. You got your bow equipped. 7 seconds, you can change it out.
All I have is daggers.
Yes, but he's right there. He's swelling up.
You take a swipe at the jugular.
I don't get to it.
In the jugular.
It's up to you. You can... Can she do an action and still move? Or does she have to move and then do an action?
She can move and do an action. She can do it in any order. She has the free action and then the attack that she can do, or an action and a free action. So basically, a movement and an action.
So she can't do an action, do an attack, and then move away.
She can, yes.
He's right there up against you. All eyes on you.
All eyes on you.
But remember, the
You
other
got this.
the other goblin is right there. I'm not there anymore. I'm right there. He's right there. That's you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go check on him.
He's fine.
He's not crying, so oh wait, no, he's good.
So
So-
me, you.
Other way.
No. Oh wait, yeah. So that's you. So yeah.
I'm gonna grab my daggers and I'm gonna aim for his upper neck area.
Right there. Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your d20. You are doing a strength check.
14.
14. Ooh, there we go.
You miss him as you aim. The loss of blood, the intense pain in your chest. You are not quite feeling yourself. You do miss as you swing, or as you lunge.
Okay, I'm gonna back away.
Okay.
Yeah, back away 15.
How far?
15.
15 feet. Okay. So now Atreus is the closest to the bugbear.
Yes, I am off to his left.
Okay.
Off to his left within 2 feet. Shit. Okay. She moved away 15 feet. Okay. So
The goblin with the broken arm runs just full tilt at Atreus and leaps onto his back. He then attempts to bite at your neck, holding on with one hand. However, feeling the weight on your back, you quickly wheel around, and because he only has the one hand to grip onto you, you fling him about 13 feet towards the bugbear.
yeah. Okay.
I'm going to stop rolling that die now because it has now done 2 1s in a row, and I'm done with that.
It's amazing. Thank you.
He's like, wait, this is dice with all ones.
The bugbear, who has swollen up to a disgusting degree, he attempts to, with his now very stiff, swollen arms, kind of use his whole body to torque and swing at you, Atreus. And he is going to...
He's gonna doo-doo you.
Mean when you
So-
saw him.
He is going to come crashing down on you with his stiff claws.
Ooh.
And he is going to deal 4 points of damage to you.
Ooh.
I'm down to 2.
So you're at 2. Candace is at 1.
No, she's at 2. I'm at 2. She's at 2.
Oh, she's at 2.
Sparky's at 2. You're still at full health.
Yeah.
Or no, Sparky, you're at 10. Sorry, you're at 10.
You're at 10 and I'm at full health.
Yeah, you're at 10.
All right, Stone Snoot, you're up.
You're up, buddy.
Okay. I will.
You are right there. Bugbear is right there. So he's a good 20 feet away from you. But remember, the goblin is also, what did you say? A good 13 feet away from the bugbear. So
That's
about
for-
28 feet away from you
Yeah, I was
is
gonna
the
say that's
goblin.
further away.
13 feet away, or no, 12 feet away, or whatever I said, 15 feet away is the bugbear.
I'll go after the bugbear.
Okay.
I will use. Oh, gosh. Where is it? What's the magic missile?
Magic Missile is a... think of it as a dart of pure energy that you will shoot from your from your staff or your hands, whatever it is you use as your magical foci, and it deals 1d6 damage.
I'm thinking about using that, but I can only use it once. But I guess the day is kind of over.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, so I use that towards the.
So the magic missile?
Okay, go ahead and roll your d20.
15.
6.
You do not manifest the spell.
What?
You are the worst wizard ever. Why do we have you?
Wait, don't I have a plus?
Nope.
No? Dang it.
Even if you did, you don't have enough modifiers to get you above 13, which is your spell check.
Plus 20 modifier? What? So intense, so crazy.
That's unheard of. Wonder why we've never heard of it, because it doesn't exist. All right, so that's going to end that battle round. We are now back up at the top. Sparky and Atreus, go ahead and roll again to see which one of you goes first.
If you copy me, I'm going to murder you. 2.
2. Okay,
Please just get
2.
anything but 2.
You do your own test. Stop copying his
Oh,
test.
6.
There you go.
Damn it.
All right, Sparky,
Broken
you
curse.
are up.
Alright, so...
I'm hurt, right?
You are poisoned.
Yeah, I've been poisoned.
So
The cold chill in your stomach has spread up into your chest. So now you feel this cold, just hollow chill from your chest down to your stomach. Your breathing is now much more labored. You almost feel like your lungs are full. So breathing is a bit of a struggle, but it's still manageable.
we have a. Don't you guys have a like? I don't know.
So the big guy's the only guy left.
Yeah, no, we have a goblin who is thrown, and then we have the big guy.
Okay.
The goblin has a broken arm and no weapon at this point.
So he's literally he can either scratch you or bite you or slap your pretty little face. Can the holy water do any healing? Does it have any healing abilities?
If this were a undead curse, absolutely.
But unfortunately, okay. So yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. So you have your sword. So you were right next to Sparky. So the bear's about 15 to 16 feet away from you.
Okay.
And the goblin is about 8 or like 28 to 29 feet away from you.
Oh, far. Okay.
Yeah.
But remember, you can do 30 feet of damage.
Yeah. Or you can move up to 30 feet and then do your action.
Well, keep in mind, he swung his greatsword at the bugbear, so he's right next to him.
Oh, wait. No, I thought we... Oh, that's right. I forgot to add you where you moved.
Yeah, he closed the distance and swung last turn.
He's right there.
You're right there. What's a shape? That's there you go. You're the triangle now. You're right there. You're still within striking distance. And remember, he's swelled up. He's pretty much almost like Veruca. No, what's the one who swelled up in Willy Wonka? Violet Beauregard. Imagine her.
Just
But
wrong show.
but with blood. He's swelling. And you have a pointy object.
Yeah, I'll just stab him.
Right.
A little,
So what are you gonna do?
Like on the
But
side.
you're injured, so
I'm like laying on the ground, right?
no, you're still standing.
You're still standing on your feet, but you feel that poison flowing through you. You're having trouble breathing, but that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
Am I like behind him?
he's in front of you and to the right a little bit. So you're right there. You're right there.
I think I'll stab him in like the side of him.
Okay. A strength check, D20.
This beer starting to hit me. Damn it.
7.
7 plus 2, so 9. Shit.
You definitely do not hit him.
This
Once
beer-
again, it is a swing and a miss.
Swing on it.
All right, Atreus, you are up.
Right. So I still have my battle axes ready. I'm not far from him. I'm just a few feet from him. I want to circle around behind the bear, bring up my battle axe or my hand axes, strike him in the back near his spine with both my hand axes.
Okay, D20, strength check.
Oh.
1.
But, no.
Oh, wait. 5. Wow, thanks.
Well, what did you roll on the die?
1.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Just say it.
So you bring your hand axes down,
Oh,
and they connect with the bone plate of his shoulder blades, doing literally no damage to him, chipping one of your hand axes, and his swollen body pops a little bit and just sprays you in the face with blood.
Oh.
Like a gross back zit just spraying with blood all over you.
not okay.
Okay.
You definitely, because your mouth was open as you were shouting as you brought these down. You drink a little bit of that. It is in your eyes. It is
It's
all over you.
I will then swish in my mouth and swallow. Now,
All right, Liliana, you are up.
Liliana, it's your turn. You moved away.
Yeah.
You
So
were
basically-
You said you moved away 15 feet, so you're about right over there. You still have your daggers equipped, and you have 2 points of health.
Did we take care of that other goblin though?
No, he is still behind the bugbear by a good 13 feet behind the bugbear, and he has no weapon, one broken arm, so all he can do is scratch, punch, bite, things like that. So he's not much of a threat,
Yeah.
which I have a plan for.
So you either turn out and attack the goblin or the bear.
Am I gonna have enough?
You are down to so you started with how many arrows? 20?
20.
So you're down to 17 arrows.
Okay, so do I put? But do I have enough time though to put the
You have
daggers back?
You can put them. You can put them back and grab the. Yeah, you have enough time.
I'm gonna shoot.
All right, so you're gonna
Put my daggers back, and equipped my short bow
and knock them
and knock an arrow and fire
out. At
the bugbear.
where?
All right, go ahead and roll a dexterity check. D20.
20.
Natural.
Ooh.
Plus 1, 21.
21.
And then roll a d6.
And
What?
then a 6.
Oh.
D6, yeah.
Yep.
5.
Your arrow once again soundlessly pierces the night air and lands directly in the bugbear's eye.
Ooh.
He reels back
Which one?
and he falls almost on top of Atreus, but he does, in his blood-blinded stupor, stumble away in time as the bugbear lands on the ground in a puddle of his own violently excreted blood.
Does he land on?
No.
No.
I dodged
Barely
him.
dodged.
I barely dodged him.
Okay.
As the bugbear's breaths start to become shorter and smaller, you hear him call out, "Ripper!" Liliana, do a perception check.
Fuck me.
D20
Yeah.
D20?
20. Ooh.
Perception.
with 2. 22.
Your keen senses pick out the sound of 4 steady paws colliding with the ground as what you would make out to be the pattern of a wolf running at full speed
1
directly towards you.
wolf.
Yeah.
One wolf.
Okay. You've taken on worse.
Since when did we take on worse?
He took down the bear.
Technically, I've taken
She
down
took
worse.
it down.
Fine.
All right.
You literally did.
So-
You literally did nothing.
The bugbear dies. The goblin, the broken-armed, unarmed goblin, you see him get up and scurry away. He is running towards where you left the cart, funnily enough. Whether he knows it's there or not, we don't know. He did just take off towards it, though. And then in the from the tents, the clearing where the tents are, you do see a white wolf enter your field of view.
And it's
Stone, you are up next.
Sorry, who?
Stone.
Stone.
Okay.
It's visible to all of us, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you cast a spell, you better cast it. If you drop the ball, I'm shooting you in the foot, and we're running away.
The thing is, I almost want to follow the goblin back to the cart just to make sure.
The
but
wolf is running full speed.
Yeah, see, that's
Full
the
speed.
thing.
And the cart is a couple minutes away.
Okay,
The wolf is 20 feet away. It has cleared the tent and is now
On its way, right at
in the
us.
combat.
And the shitty thing is, I'm the closest one to it, covered in blood.
All right, I attack the wolf
With what?
With what?
with. So I already did the missile with the ray of frost.
Aiming at.
Okay, go ahead and roll your spell check.
6.
You don't deserve to be a wizard.
Yeah, 6.
Didn't cast, huh?
Nope. Didn't at all. You know, you can lie. His camera view isn't that good.
I mean, 16.
What was that?
Nothing. No.
Let's say it was a 16.
No. It was a 6.
Yeah, it was a 6.
You're worthless.
We were doing so good before.
You find yourself wondering when the mana and the energies of the world abandoned you, and where your life really went wrong. That you can no longer cast the spells that you are known for.
It's all the talking during the trip. The bad karma's caught up.
You curse the zits on your back. All right. That is... Oh, no, we added one more to the turn. Okay, so the wolf, who is barreling at full speed, is going to lunge right at Sparky.
I tried.
Tough, man. That's tough, man. Oops.
Let me see here. Sorry. I'll be better prepared next time, I swear.
No, you're doing great.
All right. So the full weight of the wolf knocks Sparky off his feet to the ground, paws on his shoulders, holding him down, claws digging in, but his armor does hold. He does not take any damage, but he is now knocked off his feet, and this wolf is on top of him.
Okay.
Now, that is going to end that turn. We are at the top of the turn. Sparky is incapacitated in such a way that I don't think he's going to take the first turn. So, Atreus, you're up.
Okay. And I...
Sorry, I guys got to make a decision, really. The dice are screwing us.
I am... So, okay, I'm not far away. I'm within about 10 feet of the wolf then. But
You're within 5, because Sparky was right there fighting the bugbear, too.
Right. I am at 2 health, though. I'm at 2 health. And I can't use that anymore, the blood curse.
He'd be weak if you want to just charge at him. Because the wolf is distracted with Sparky. You think?
Yeah, the
'Cause you don't
wolf
have
would be
time to
distracted.
fly
He's
your-
on top.
Mhm.
He doesn't see me. I can sneak up behind.
Mm-hmm.
Are axes still in the bugbear's back?
No, they glanced off. One of them is chipped now.
Yeah. But
So I only have one good axe,
how
one
badly
chipped axe.
chipped?
It's chipped. Right? It's
Like,
gonna-
is it still usable or?
it's not doing as much damage.
When you look at the head of these hand axes, a good portion of the middle of it is just kind of missing. A good chunk is chipped out. So there is enough there that you wouldn't be doing any chopping damage, but you could do some rough cutting for 1d4 with that.
And you don't have time to pull out your.
I
arrow.
don't, and I use the only spell I can cast. What other equipment do I have? I have the 2 hand axes, crossbow, bolts, backpack.
Keep in mind, it was only one of your hand axes that was chipped. The other one is still okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Can I run around? I'm behind the wolf. I'm going to run around its right flank, come towards its face with my one good axe in my right hand, swing it towards its eyes.
I say.
Is that what you're going to do?
That is what I'm going to do.
Top of the head. But...
Roll a strength check.
Eyes. I want to blind it.
You better fucking get this.
Yeah.
6.
I have some bad news. You definitely don't get this.
Can it just be like some dust in its eye, please?
Your swing goes well over the thing's head. It doesn't even come close, really.
You know, I'm
The
covered in
wolf,
blood, guys.
you imagine, as it's staring down at Sparky, getting ready to bite him, it kind of looks up at you and gets this look like almost like it's laughing, and then turns its attention right back to Sparky.
You thought.
Sparky, you're up.
Alright.
Oh man.
Sparky.
So I'm laying
yeah,
on.
sorry.
I'm laying on the ground.
You're on the ground.
Wolf is on top of you.
It's on top
You've got
of
your
me.
sword still.
But keep in mind, it is a great sword. It's a little too big to swing at something that is literally on top of his chest.
You could try throwing
Subtle.
it, it'll come down.
I wish I had a dagger. I don't.
What are your options? Do you have any other equipment at all? But then again, you're on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your sword's
Can't
pretty much
get
on
it.
top of you, so it's going to be hard to put away. You could drop it.
Yeah.
Like drop it on top of the wolf.
No, like he's on the ground.
Just-
Like he can't really put it away.
Yeah.
He could literally just let it go.
Yeah. Okay.
One thing to keep in mind, this is just a wolf. This is not a dire wolf. It's not an especially big wolf. It's just a white-furred
Wolf.
wolf.
You wouldn't be saying that if you're standing in front of a wolf.
I mean, you're not wrong. But in the world you're adventuring in, there are much bigger
So
wolves.
it's an angry puppy. No. All right, so
You would be an angry puppy.
yeah, that's right. I am large. Oh, just like in real life. Okay.
I'm able to move my arms. Though, right?
Yeah. So. Ooh.
You
Their turn.
can,
It's-
but
it's
I
your
don't
turn.
think you would be able to put it up super high.
He is
The
poison.
paws are literally on your shoulders right
Mhm.
here, so you can
Yeah.
still, with difficulty, bring your arms around, but they're like right there.
I mean, I would strangle it. As
I
much
was
as
gonna
can,
say I was gonna try to
You're gonna strangle a wolf.
But
snap its neck. I don't know.
It's up to you.
That'd
You
be
are a
tough,
fighter.
yeah,
Go ahead
that's
and do whatever
true.
you need. Do whatever you need to do.
Hmm. How many arrows left?
Well, how are you
I mean,
gonna
they're
knock
on
an
your
arrow
back.
while
You have
Yeah.
19 arrows in your in your quiver.
quiver?
Yeah,
Is the
it's
quiver
my
on your
so I
back? Is
can't
the
do
quiver
that.
on your side? Where's the quiver at?
On my side?
Okay.
However you want it.
Ooh.
Quiver's wherever you want, wherever it needs, like wherever it is. What are you gonna do?
I feel like I could like slide like an arrow out of the quiver and just stab it in the wolf's neck.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I want to try that.
All right, so you're gonna pull out an arrow, stab it in the wolf's neck.
Yeah.
Roll a d20, strength modifier.
My hand hit it. Should he re-roll?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
Don't
interference.
throw it at me.
Keep your hands off the table.
And
Oh,
then
that's a
the-
7. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
That
a
scared
one.
me.
It
So
looked
a
like
9.
a 1 with a long top.
Yeah.
It does not. You grab the arrow from your belt quiver, and you bring it up, and you attempt to stab the wolf in the neck. The wolf sees the movement coming and kind of haunches down a little bit, applying more pressure to your chest.
Ooh.
And you connect with your wrist against its neck more than the arrow.
I shouldn't have hit myself that hard.
How's it feel? Do you want to roll a d4, see how much damage you just took?
I'm good.
All right. Liliana, you're up.
Alright, so
I'm 15 feet back. I have.
You're a solid 15, 20 feet or so.
you're over here. Wolf is now right there. So I'm right here, like he's right there underneath the wolf. I'm right here to the right of the wolf. So the wolf's right there. He's right there. Sparky, or not Sparky, Stone. You're still off to the side a little bit. So
I'm gonna pull a quiver and I'm gonna aim for the wolf's midsection.
What kind of bow and arrow you
There you go.
pulling out?
That is the sound of a bow and arrow being fired.
All right, Liliana, go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Lord of the Rings. Ooh, 12.
13.
13.
The arrow flies from your bow, and with the slightest thunk, it pierces the thing's fur and into the meaty section of its chest. Roll a d6.
1.
It deals 1 point of damage.
You know, as a group, we should start to collectively lie to him. How is he going to prove us wrong?
Hey. If you lie to me, I'm going to start lying to you. Oh, yeah, the bugbear totally rolled a 20 and ripped your arms out of their sockets.
It's a good point.
All right. Stone, you're up.
Okay.
You're forgetting your own name?
I go after the bear. Or the wolf. Sorry, the wolf.
With what?
With my... I'm fairly close, huh?
You
Yes.
are about 13 feet away. Yeah, you're about 13 feet away.
So I have enough time
How is he
to
13 feet away? I thought he was right next to Sparky.
Yeah.
No, he tried shooting with...
Oh, that's right. Sparky closed the distance,
Yeah.
and then... Okay. So yeah, you have enough space. You can movement that you can close that distance and short sword if you want.
Yes, I will run after it and use my sword. And I will...
Okay, how are you attacking? Is it a swipe down? Is it a swing across? Is it a lunge?
Lunge. Because I'm
Okay.
worried that if I go down, I might miss. And
Where you were placed, you're going to be hitting around the same area that I would have hit. So it's right side. It's front to right side.
Okay, then I'll hit its side.
So
Okay.
towards its chest.
Roll a d20. Add a strength modifier,
19 with strength modifier of 0, so 19.
and then roll d6.
This is where it screws you.
5.
You connect solidly with the wolf. Your sword goes straight into it. It misses anything that would stop the advance of that sword tip. It goes straight in. It penetrates, and the thing goes limp on top of Sparky.
Okay.
You have straight up defeated the wolf.
My man. You're not worthless.
All right. So in the aftermath, you now have 2 dead goblins, a bugbear, and a wolf on top of...
I thought it was 4 dead goblins.
Nope. The one that lived with the broken arm and no weapons. ran
Oh,
toward the
that
cart.
one. That's right.
2 of you are in mortal woundage, and 1 of you has wounded pride. That'd be the wizard who can't cast. And then there is, of course, the poison spreading throughout Sparky.
Sorry, buddy. And you have a wolf on top of you.
Sometimes harder to breathe.
Stone, do a knowledge check for me.
D20.
Knowledge.
18. What's your knowledge?
Plus 3.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that's not a thing in this one. Investigation.
Investigation. So what's your Nope, it's still the same number, so 19.
Or 18.
18 with the investigation.
Plus 5.
So 23.
Okay. The thought occurs to you that anyone with any sense, and the thought occurs to you that goblins may not have the most sense, but it is worth discussing that anyone with any sense that deals in poison would probably have an antidote.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, that is only something that Stone would know.
Yeah. So I tell the group that I don't know.
That hurt.
So I think that me.
No, he's on his back. He's under the wolf.
Oh, you're on your back.
We're wounded. We're licking our wounds. You're the only one who's
You're
really
buddy.
on his feet.
Dang it! I don't know.
The camp is right there.
The camp is right there, but then
like, since they have the poison, they have to have the antidote.
Mm-hmm.
Where would they have the antidote?
Do I know exactly which tent is which, or is it just a guessing game?
They're all, for what it's worth, all of the smaller tents are nearly identical. They're just poorly thrown together, a mishmash of animal skins and cloth and what you assume to be either human or near it flesh that has been very poorly maintained and taken care of. The only tent that is any different is the larger one that is made of it is made of actual animal leathers.
What's the closest tent to me?
No, we're not in battle mode anymore. You can literally
no.
go to any single one of them.
I'm wanting to like try to get to the quickest tent I can.
Okay, so you want to start checking the tents, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll check the tents for
All right.
the antidote.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
A 1.
What? Wait, with your
Or is
modifier?
it the
Perception?
Oh, perception. +3, so 4.
You head into the camp, and in kind of a frantic frenzy of trying to search these things to save your friend, who you assume is dying a little bit faster than maybe he is, you tend to get turned around. You're kind of quickly glancing into tents and not really taking in anything you're seeing.
Okay.
What else do you want to do? So you looked at the smaller tents.
So I look at the small tents. Then I go to the bigger tent and check that.
Excuse you.
You're rude.
As you approach the large tent, you quickly move the door aside, the entrance to this tent, and you peek inside, and you see a man in the corner. He is bound, tied with his hands behind his back. He is not wearing a shirt. He is wearing brown leather pants and boots, and that's it. He is covered in cuts and bruises and appears to be having a very bad time.
How big is his beard?
No, alright.
Just got really
Okay. I investigate him.
As you get closer, you immediately identify him as Sidris Hallwinter, the warrior escort that was with your employer, Gundren Rockseeker. I'm going to remember these names eventually. He looks you up and down, and he asks, "Weren't you supposed to be with the supplies?"
You're the one talking?
Ooh, I guess. Well, I say that all the goblins are gone except for one of them, and we are here to save you.
You're here to save me.
Yes.
Look at you. Please tell me you didn't come alone.
No, I did not come alone. I came with 3 others.
Who are all dead.
Who are all dead.
3 others. What do you mean they're all dead?
That was a figure of speech. They are not all dead, but they are wounded, and they need help.
Okay. If untie me, we'll find my effects. I should have some healing potions and some bandages.
So yes, I untie him. I help him up.
Okay. He quickly makes to searching the large tent. He eventually comes across a large chest on the ground. It is a wooden chest bound with metal bands. And as he opens it, you see inside there is a set of mail armor, a short sword, a shield, and then a large bag of what you assume are his supplies. He says, that's where he put my stuff. And he quickly starts dressing himself in his warrior armor. As he gets dressed, he notices you're still staring at him. A little privacy, please.
I then turn around. Actually, no. I start searching the tent.
Do a perception check.
12
Well, what's your percentage?
12.
plus 3.
15.
15. So, as you look around, you hear the clanking of armor coming down over Sildar's head. But you also notice in another corner is a small end table set up with what appear to be liquid-filled vials.
Okay. What do the files contain?
You don't know.
We don't know.
You really can't even tell colors from here.
Oh, I can't. Okay.
Yeah, it's too dark.
You're also probably a good 7-8 feet away.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I walk up towards it using the what is it?
I mean, you don't really need a spell. Just walk to them.
Well, I guess yeah. I walk towards it.
As you approach, you notice these vials are all the same sickly green color. Do a nature check.
Which dice?
D20.
D20, and then add your nature modifier on your skill list.
Which one is it again?
Nature modifier. So nature.
5, 6, 7, 8.
The sickly green color kind of unsettles your stomach a little bit, but it does remind you very heavily of poison. It kind of sets off that kind of thing in your head that says, oh man, I wouldn't drink this. This is probably bad. Sildar has finished dressing himself and he approaches you. He looks over at the vials and looks at you. He's like, and he says to you, he says, what are you staring at the antidotes for?
Ooh.
Do you need to take some with you?
I ask him to try the antidote.
He looks at you a little bit curiously. He says, I've been watching these goblins for most of the day, and anytime they scratch themselves with their swords or their daggers, they come in here and they chug one of these things. Now, I'm not an expert, but I guarantee you this is an antidote. I'm not poisoned, so I have no intention of drinking one. They kind of look disgusting.
But he said that has scratches all over himself.
Scratches.
But not from.
Doesn't
we don't
mean
know
poison.
Weapons.
I guess.
He'd be reacting the same way as Sparky if he were poisoned.
That's true.
And if he's been there for more than a day, he's been there for pretty much almost 2 days now. If they were to have poisoned him, he'd be dead by now.
Yeah. I know, but he's not poisoned. But like he said, it helps with cuts and stuff like that. So
Well, no, only when it's poisoned. Like whenever
only when
they
it's poisoned.
accidentally cut themselves with the poisoned sword, they have to go chug a
Potion. Antidote potion.
antidote. Thank you. I forget the name. So
I pick that up, and then I ask him to help me search for anything else in the tent that might help.
He looks at you and he says, "You know what? If you want to search the tent, you do that on your own time. I do have to get back to our mutual employer. When we got separated on the Tribor Trail, I have been very concerned. He did manage to get away. He was not brought here to the camp, but we need to catch up to him."
I tell him that on our way back, we will help him search until he gets to where he needs to be at.
He gives you kind of this curious look. You're supposed to be in the same place I am, delivering those supplies to Fandaling. Let's take me to your friends. You said they were wounded. I have some health potions. Let's see what we can do for them.
Okay. So I grab what I had, And I take a quick glance around, like on our way out of the tent, to see if I can find anything. Do I see anything or no?
You notice there are a lot of piles of boxes and bags. Apparently, from the looks of it, they had stolen quite a few wagons worth of provisions headed into Fandalen. There's no ing at the end; it's an in. Fandalen, and they had probably effectively stopped trade in and out of the town. So there's no telling what's inside any of these things, but you do notice a lot of them.
Are the boxes big, or are they just kind of like normal size per se?
There's some large ones. There are some small ones stacked on top of the larger ones. There's a couple barrels, casks. Some of them are dripping what appears to be what kind of looks like ale or wine.
I grab two, or at least I grab one of the smaller boxes with the thing in my hand still.
Sildar looks at you. He kind of chuckles a little bit and he says, "All right, are we ready to go?
Yes.
Take me back to your friends. Let's go."
Yeah, I take them back to them.
Okay. Other guys, while he was away, what have you guys been up to?
With Sparky still under the wolf, I have been trying to push the wolf over and away from Sparky. Since it's just a normal wolf, it didn't I push him over with ease, and I start to skin the wolf.
I have a wolf on top of me. I need a cookie break.
While it's on you?
He pushed the wolf off.
I skin the wolf after. I have priorities, okay?
He's like, "What are you doing? I'm skinning the wolf on you. It's too heavy."
Why are you under the wolf? It's your own fault.
Get out of the way.
Okay.
I push the wolf away off of him, off of Sparky, and then I begin to skin the wolf to get the pelt.
Okay, you acquire a wolf's pelt.
Okay.
It is of exceptionally high quality. You could probably get anywhere from 50 copper to about 1 silver piece for it. Liliana, Sparky, anybody have anything they want to have done during that time?
Remember, you're still you're free moving right
Yeah.
now. You're at 2 health. I've already gotten the wolf off of him. He's still poisoned on his back and laying down.
Okay. Let's see. I go through my pack and pull out a few bandages and bandage up what I can on myself, and head towards Sparky and
You don't
Atreus.
have any bandages. You do have cloth.
That's you.
That's you too. Oh wait.
No, I don't have it. Never mind.
So you use the cloth in strips to stem the bleeding, effectively stopping yourself from taking any more damage that way. You do notice that there are probably 6 large gashes, 3 on either side of your chest, in your leather armor. And the idea of having such tattered armor is kind of leaving you feeling a little bit less well protected. Go ahead and subtract 1 from your overall armor class for now.
So 10 would be my
10,
grand.
so 9.
No,
Yep.
I'm 11. It would be 10
Oh, so
now.
10. Okay.
Yep, so 10 armor class. Sparky, the poison has now spread into your arms and appendages. You can no longer feel your furthest most extremities, fingers and toes. And your labor, your breathing has become far more labored than before. It's almost like breathing through water. You're coughing a lot.
So imagine the worst type of flu. the worst type of
The
flu.
coronavirus.
You're
You are literally dying from coronavirus right now. That is what they coat their weapons in.
damn it. Wait, you have the cure. We should tell everybody.
In a game of D&D, that's the cure of the
Mr.
coronavirus.
President. Okay. But yeah.
As you continue to lay there, then you notice the two figures, Sildar and Stone Snoop, come from the emerge from the tents and approach the three of you remaining there in the clearing. Sildar looks around the group and he goes, "This is the most eclectic group I've ever seen, and you look worse off than me. Are you sure this was a rescue?"
Okay.
Originally, no.
I get up from rolling and tucking the wolf pelt away in my pack. I walk up to him. What was his name? Sildar? Sildar. I walk up to Sildar and he's a dwarf, right?
He is a human.
Human. Okay. Well, I'm still taller than him.
So, compared to you, dwarf.
Alright. So I pick him up by his armor straps, lift him, and tell him that we almost died trying to save you. Do us a favor and treat us with a little more respect. And then I throw him to the ground.
He lands squarely on his feet. You notice in his eyes, he does not even show the slightest hint of fear as he looks you dead on and he says, "You will not cop an attitude with me because I am the only thing standing between you three," pointing at you, Liliana, and Sparky, "and the great afterlife. Do I make myself very clear?"
I shrug it off and I turn and walk away towards Sparky.
He looks at Liliana and he says, "Do you have anything you want to add, or do you want to just take this health potion?" Holding up a vial of red liquid.
You want to be sassy or you want to heal?
Fuck you guys.
So, do you say anything?
I'll just take the health potion. I have no anger or regret towards you. I honestly thought this would not be a rescue mission.
Thought we'd just be picking up your stuff.
Thought I would be finding our employer.
That's fair, and I do apologize. My grief is not with you. It is with tall, dark, and kind of dumb. Take this with my apologies. He hands you the health potion, and then he turns to where Sparky and Atreus are, and he moves over to their sides. He looks at Sparky and he goes, "This man is within minutes of death. You need to get him." He turns to Stone. He says, "You need to give him one of those antidotes immediately."
You got to think about this.
You have the antidote. Give him the antidote.
You've got the antidote.
Alright, yeah, I give him.
I mean, I guess. Who knows?
Well, thanks, buddy.
You got a few minutes to live. It's fine.
Let's really make you reflect on the life you've lived.
Yeah, I give him.
Sildar watches this exchange and he kind of thinks, we're within minutes of his life. He's going to be lucky if we don't have to take some of his fingers off. They're probably not going to come back.
You didn't really do much with the ones you had.
Alright, guys, go check on Nathan.
Okay.
Give him the damn potion.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you give him the antidote?
So you're laying on your back. Are you just gonna pour it in his mouth, like standing, like one for the homies, and just right to his mouth? Or...
I have a feeling I would have to roll the dice in order to do that.
No. All right.
No, I just lean down and I open his mouth and I give it to him. Do I have to give it to him through his mouth, or is it like one of those things where I have to flip him over?
Rectally? I mean, they're goblins. You don't know.
You definitely have choices to make here.
It gets to his blood system faster rectally. That's what an enema is.
Sparky? Sparky?
What?
Should you prefer?
No. All right, you just
Okay, fine. I open his mouth and I give it, and I dump it in.
you know where
Sparky.
I come from, they do it differently.
Sparky, you feel a warmth enter your chest and your stomach, kind of like everything that was that hollowness is gone and is being filled with basically all of you once more. You can feel your heart beating once more, and that was something that you'd almost forgotten what it was, given the amount of time you'd spent there. The blood is now pumping into throughout your body. You feel your extremities one more time, and you give them a quick shake, and you curl your fingers in and out a couple times to make sure they all work.
Okay.
You are in fact whole again.
Yes. You're welcome.
Thanks.
And I think I hesitated.
Sildar slaps Atreus on the shoulder and hands him a vial of red liquid. Says, "You're looking a little weak, and your throw is a little bit pathetic. Why don't you try chugging one of these, boy?"
I grab it from his hands. Before I take it, I look at him and tell him that next time I throw you, it's not going to be so nice. And I take it.
I'm counting on it. All right, so you and Liliana recover 10 hit points from the health potions. You have all acquired 275 experience points. Your share of the loot from the enemies, you each acquired 3 silver pieces. And from here, we're gonna the adventure will take us one of 2 ways. One, you can decide to do. You can fart around and see if there's anything else to do in this area. You can get in the cart and head back to Fandolin. However, it's 10 o'clock, and this is actually a very good stopping point.
Let's make it a stopping point.
Let's make camp. Let us, because the cart's only a couple minutes away. Let us go grab the cart and make camp here tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do that.
And I think that
So you are commandeering the goblin camp.
Yes.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right.
Alright, I said that was a good first session.
Dude, I thought we were gonna die. We're back to normal now.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm like, and they're putting on Onward for Nathan. I'm like, yes!
Were you taking it easy on us? Like at all? I feel like you were.
At first, yes. Honestly, I wasn't going to have the bugbear show up, but you guys were tearing through those goblins pretty easy. So I was like, okay, we got to up the ante a little bit. So the bugbear was me going a little bit rough.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Pretty much killing them.
Oh my god. 275 XP. Okay. Perfect.
But you guys pulled it off. Congratulations.
Dude,
And then next time we go, we can start headed towards Fandolin and get the adventure on its way.
that was intense.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Dude. Yeah, let's try to plan this next one
Yeah.
a little better and not let me take charge.